Each day of the week, you get a different 6-inch sub for just $3.50. Monday, the sweet onion chicken teriyaki sub. Tuesday, the oven roasted chicken sub. Wednesday, the turkey breast sub. Thursday, the Italian BMT sub. Friday, the tuna sub. Saturday, the Black Forest ham sub. And Sunday, the meatball marinara sub. Your choice, just $3.50. The sub of the day from Subway in Boulder City and the Walmart in Lincolnton.
Just say fill her up. Be ready for Old Man Winter with a fill up from Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln. No matter where you live, Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln can deliver. Just call 704-735-2508. Be ready for Old Man Winter with your winter fill up from Rhodes and Bill Oil Company, 1404 East Main Street in Lincoln. Again, call 704-735-2508. Just say fill her up from Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln.
'Cause I saddle up my home.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County for over 75 years. Customer service is a priority at First Federal Savings Bank, where they want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, products, and services of larger banks with hometown people that you see throughout your community. They live here, they work here, and this community matters to the people at First Federal Savings Bank. First Federal Savings Bank has 4 convenient locations in downtown Lincoln, Boulder City, Denver, and West Lincoln. Stop in and visit and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
We make a joyful noise cheering our favorite high school football teams on Friday nights and our favorite college teams on Saturday. The Family of Faith at Ryan Heights United Methodist Church would like to invite you to come and make a joyful noise for the Lord on Sundays. Sunday school is at 10 and worship is at 11. Ryan Heights United Methodist Church in Lincolnton on Madison Street, just up from Betty Ross Park. Come make a joyful noise with us.
'Cause I saddle up my horse and I ride.
Doctor, what's wrong with my husband?
Let's take a look. CKDKDS Macron. Oh, yes, I've seen this before. Your husband has coyote fever.
Coyote fever?
Yes, he's obviously learned of the hot deals going on now at your local coyote tractor dealer.
Is this serious?
Very serious. Now's the best time to buy one of the best-selling tractors on the market. If you care at all about your husband, you'll drive him over to the coyote dealer now. Oh, and I'm writing you a prescription for great deals on all implements, too.
Your Coyote dealer is West End Sales, Highway 1827 intersection in Vail.
When Auto Owners Insurance was founded in 1916, the world was quite different. Yet with all that's changed, our commitment to be there when you need us most hasn't. By teaming up with independent agents, we've made a difference for generations of customers, and will for generations to come. And by making a difference every day, 100 years seem to go by in a flash.
Your local Auto Owners Insurance Agency is Mooney Insurance Agency, located at 528 East Main Street in Maiden. Call 828-428-8231.
'Cause I saddle up my horse.
Celebrating 50 years. It's the Glen Oaks Golf Club. Hard to think how many birdies have been made over those years, and oh yeah, how many double bogeys too. Whether it's a birdie, par, or bogey, you'll love the Glen Oaks Golf Club. It's open to everyone. Visit the beautiful pro shop with drive-in range, snack bar, banquet facility, bar, picnic, shelter, and swimming pool. Great for group outings. Reserve your tee time by calling 828-428-2451 or visit the website at glenoaksgolf.com.
There's a storm coming. We may not know its path, but your independent Auto Owners Insurance agent knows no matter what happens, we'll be there when you need us most. Strong through every storm. That's how it's been for our first 100 years, and how it will be for generations to come.
Your local Auto Owners Insurance Agency is East Lincoln Insurance Agency on Highway 16 in Denver. Call 704-483-3243.
And good evening or afternoon. We're kind of in a different kind of time zone than what we're used to being here, folks. But nonetheless, welcome to the Ronaldo Auto Mall broadcast of high school basketball here on WLON 1050 AM. I'm Evan Ludwig, joined by Ken Link, as you're currently listening to the Carolina Trust Bank Stadium pregame show. As we're here tonight at West Lincoln High School, as the Rebels will be hosting the Knights in an inter-county matchup between two Lincoln County teams in Ken. Currently the girls' game going on right now, but North Lincoln has gotten themselves back on track after falling to 5-8. They've gotten two key wins, one conference wins last Friday against Bandy's, and they're still trying to make a potential push for the playoffs, which is something that North Lincoln has not been in contention for in a long while.
Yes, that was a big win over Bandy's, a 3-point win, and brought their conference record 3-5. And as you said, they've increased their overall record to 7-8, and so they've got a shot at getting in the playoffs, depending on how this last half of this conference season goes.
Yeah, and speaking of teams for North Lincoln that are trying to make a playoff push, we're currently having the girls' game go underway right now. North Lincoln leading, well in control this one over West Lincoln's Lady Rebel team, 50-21 as we have started the fourth quarter on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. North Lincoln is 8-7 as we speak right now, but unless a major comeback comes from the Rebels in the last 7 minutes, it looks like North Lincoln's going to get to 2 games above 500 in girls basketball.
Yes, they pretty much controlled this game from the outset, and as you said, they have a 27-point lead here early in the fourth quarter, so looked like they have this well in hand.
Yes, and we're looking at the girls' basketball standings for the South Fork 2A conference, and we've been saying how this boys' conference and the boys' side of 2A South Fork 2A conference has been competitive. But Ken, looking at that, since we're at the halfway point and we're ready to start the second half of conference play here for basketball, it's just as stacked on the girls' end as well.
Yes, it is, and it's like you say, it's close, and it's close at the top of the league, and. Who knows who's going to win it? It's going to be determined in this last 6, 7, 8 games of conference play.
Yeah, and looking at the, this doesn't determine who the conference champion is. It just determines the seeding for the conference tournament that'll happen in early to mid-February, as Maiden currently leads the conference by a game over Lincolnton, as they have a 6-1 overall, Lincolnton 5-2. But if things were to stay at the way they are for that final matchup in the regular season between Lincolnton and Maiden, if Lincolnton's girls team were able to beat Maiden for a second time, they'd be able to have the tiebreaker over the Blue Devils, which could be huge down the stretch, something to look forward to. Lake Norman Charter also tied with Lincolnton, and East Lincoln as well is tied with Lincolnton, but Lincolnton has a win over them and Lake Norman Charter. And then that's a 3-way tie for second place, and you still got some teams like Newton Conover, who's been pretty good in the last few years, and even Bandy's has shown some signs of life, even though they're 2-5. And North Lincoln as well has done pretty well for themselves this year as well. So, just a pretty deep conference all around for both the boys and the girls, Ken.
Yes, it is. And that girls, if you look, you got 5 teams right there separated in the loss column by 1 game. So they'll be playing each other. A lot can be determined over these next 2 weeks.
Yeah, it says, we've reached the halfway point of the conference. And this week has kind of been different. We were already only supposed to have 1 conference game this week due to some of the testing in Lincoln County. But, Ken, all the students and the student athletes the coaches got thrown for a curveball this Wednesday when it snowed. We figured it was going to snow sometime this week, but, Ken, it snowed a whole lot worse than what people were thinking originally.
Yes, it did. We've got a good 5 inches here in Lincoln County, and I don't know what that does as far as the testing schedule. Obviously, they couldn't do what they had originally scheduled to do with being out of school for the last 3 days.
Yeah, and it's more than expected when Lincoln County gets more snow than Boone, out of all places.
Yeah.
It's been a very hectic week here at West Lincoln, and a nice job by both the ADs here at West Lincoln and North Lincoln for making some adjustments. Right now, going over in the old gym where they used to play basketball on the varsity side, they're having both JVs play at the same time. So right now, the JV girls game is going on in the old gym, and right after that, the boys JV squad will be playing in the old gym. So kind of got a different setup here at West Lincoln tonight than what the usual all 4 teams playing in the same gym. But it's definitely a great, great last-minute adjustment here for West Lincoln to put on something like that.
Yeah, and it may affect the crowd a little bit because you can't be in 2 places at one time, but we'll probably pick up a little bit when the boys' game gets started here and have a little bigger crowd than we have right now.
And we're just getting started here on the Carolina Trust Bank pregame show. When we come back, we're going to preview both the West Lincoln team and the North Lincoln Knights and see what they're doing overall this season. And we'll also get a around the conference of the South Fork Athletic 2A Conference, as every team in the conference is playing tonight despite the weather that has hit us earlier this week. You're listening to Renato Automall's broadcast of high school basketball on WLON, and we'll be right back for the Carolina Trust Bank Stadium pregame show.
Every morning is different for everybody. Nate gets up for the early shift, while Brad is just getting home the night shift. Pam runs a PR and a 5K, while Drew runs late to work. Beth proposes a road trip to her boyfriend, while Mark proposes to his girlfriend. Luckily, there's a McDonald's for every morning.
Start your morning with a rich, smooth, and freshly brewed McCafe coffee. And now, get any size for just $1 at McDonald's. Limited time offer. Price of participation may vary. A la carte only.
When you need a ride, Specialized Transport has exactly what you're looking for, serving Gaston, Lincoln, Catawba, Burt, Caldwell, and Cleveland counties. Specialized Transport has your area covered. Ambulatory, wheelchair, and geriatric chair transport. Handicap transportation services and non-medical transport services are available as well. When you need a ride, call Dean Hastings at 704-735-5676. Specialized Transport will get you where you need to be. 704-735-5676.
Shuttle service to the Charlotte Airport is now available from Specialized Transport.
'Cause I saddle up my horse and I ride.
It's time to get ready for Christmas at Al Lane Motorsports in Lincoln. Come in now and see the new Can-Am DS70, the Can-Am DS90, and the new Can-Am DSX90, all ready to ride. Also check out the new Kimco 270. And Al Lane Motorsports is golf carts, totally street legal and ready to roll with a 2-year warranty, starting at $56.99. Fun for the entire family starts at Al Lane Motorsports, Highway 27 east of Lincoln.
We're a community bank. That's why we always try to approach things from a community-minded point of view. When something is in the best interest of the communities we serve, it's good for us as well. We're community-minded, just like you. Carolina Trust Bank, member FDIC. Community-minded, just like you.
We're community-minded, just like you.
Carolina Trust Bank, with 3 offices in Lincoln, also in Gastonia, Denver, Forest City, Hickory, Lake Lure, and Vail. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
'Cause I saddle up my horse and I ride into the city.
Think your dream home is out of reach? Think again. At Silver Point Homes in Lincoln, they provide quality custom construction and the luxury amenities you want at an exceptional value. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or an empty nester looking to downsize, we have the perfect home for you. Visit silverpointhomes.com to learn more or stop by our Lincoln Sales Center to tour our model homes. Let our friendly staff help you visualize your dream. Silver Point Homes, making your dream home a reality. New models now on display. Silver Point Homes, East Main Street, Lincoln. The RVer's most trusted resource for over 50 years. That's Campers Inn. Family owned and operated since 1966. And this area's dealer is Campers Inn in Kings Mountain, Highway 161 South at I-85. Campers Inn is the nation's largest family operated RV dealership with 16 locations on the East Coast. From motorhomes to travel trailers and more, from the industry's leading manufacturers, plus award-winning RV sales and service. See hundreds of RVs at the best prices at Campers Inn. Highway 161 South at I-85 in Kings Mountain. Tell them Calvin sent you in to the Campers Inn.
And back here at the Carolina Trust Bank Stadium pregame show, this is a broadcast of high school basketball presented by Renato Automall in Shelby. As the snowy times have hit the Piedmont here of North Carolina, maybe it's the right time for you to get a GMC, Buick, or Cadillac, maybe to help get yourself through that snow. So maybe in case there's another snowstorm coming later this year, or we hope not, but you never know with Mother Nature. Be sure to go to Renato Automall and maybe find yourself a new car, maybe get a truck. It'd be great to get a truck around this area. But, looking at this West Lincoln team, Ken, last year they took a pretty big step forward with Coach Hansel. They made the playoffs for the first time in a while, albeit it was a first-round exit, but still for a team like West Lincoln that hasn't had much success in men's basketball over the past few years, it was pretty big to see them make a playoff run at the very least.
Yes, and their leader, one of the leaders of that team was Kavian McClendon, a junior last year, but he has transferred to East Lincoln, and so they're missing that big guy in the middle, and they've had a tough road so far this season. They've only won one game. They're 1-14. And in the conference, they're looking for their first win tonight because they're 0-8. So I think Coach Hansel's done the best he could with the talent he has. He just doesn't be able to be competitive enough to be in and win some games this year.
Well, I mean, Coach Hansel, I think, from what we've seen, is a pretty talented coach, and he's given what he's worked with. He's done a very good job over the years here at West Lincoln. It's just, I mean, when you lose your best player and you're hoping he can come back and maybe make one more run at a possible playoff run and make some noise, it's kind of hard to do that when you don't have him anymore. And you still got some pretty solid players on this team. I look at it right now. Seth Willis, the quarterback. I mean, he is the guy that'll fight for every rebound, and despite him being kind of undersized for a big man, 6'2", he definitely plays a little bit bigger than his size when it comes to rebounding. But you can't rely on him to be really your leading scorer. But you got other guys like Chance Gilmore, who honestly, Ken, he's the best shooter I've seen West Lincoln have since at least Dylan Frady, and I think he's actually better than Dylan Frady. It just shows you how much talent he has. So it's just unfortunate what they've run into this year, because if they were able to keep Kabian, I think they would have been about maybe the same as they were last year, if not a little bit better.
Yeah, and it hurts not only the contribution McClendon brought and you're missing, but also it's sort of adjustments you make because you're looking forward to coming back and having all your bullets, and all of a sudden you got a big bullet that you don't have in there. And from a psychological standpoint for the players, it's tougher for them to get going and have confidence and be motivated to still go out there and try to do the best they can to win these games.
Yeah, so KB McClendon last year was averaging 20 and 10, averaging a double-double. That's extremely impressive, especially when you scored 20-plus points a game in high school basketball. I mean, no one on the floor tonight has averaged 20 points per game this year on either squad of North Lincoln or West Lincoln. So it just shows you how much talent that Kabian had here at West Lincoln. And he's doing well for himself at East Lincoln. It's just unfortunate for West that they lost a guy like that, not to graduation in those circumstances.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive statistics when you think about the fact that, he was their presence inside, and he sure got a lot of attention from the defense last year and still played well.
And when we're going to take another quick timeout here is on the girls' game, wrapping up a minute and a half remaining. North Lincoln up 59-29 over the West Lincoln Rebels. When we come back, we're going to preview some of the North Lincoln players and talk about them as they're trying to get into the playoff hunt later into the season. We'll be right back here on the Carolina Trust Bank Stadium pregame show. You're listening to Ronaldo Automall's broadcast coverage of high school basketball on WLON 1050 AM.
Think your dream home is out of reach? Think again. At Silver Point Homes in Lincoln, they provide quality custom construction and the luxury amenities you want at an exceptional value. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or an empty nester looking to downsize, we have the perfect home for you. Visit silverpointhomes.com to learn more or stop by our Lincoln and Sales Center to tour our model homes. Let our friendly staff help you visualize your dream. Silver Point Homes, making your dream home a reality. New models now on display. Silver Point Homes, East Main Street, Lincoln. The RVer's most trusted resource for over 50 years. That's Campers Inn. Family owned and operated since 1966. And this area's dealer is Campers Inn in Kings Mountain, Highway 161 South at I-85. Campers Inn is the nation's largest family-operated RV dealership with 16 locations on the East Coast. From motorhomes to travel trailers and more, from the industry's leading manufacturers, plus award-winning RV sales and service. See hundreds of RVs at the best prices at Campers Inn, Highway 161 South at I-85 in Kings Mountain. Tell them Calvin sent you in to the Campers Inn. 2018. That's the year for your new Polaris from Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Check out the 2018 Polaris Slingshot, track ready and street legal and priced at $28,999. And introducing the all-new Polaris Ranger XP 1000. It's more rugged, more refined, it's more Ranger. Trade in and trade up at Full Throttle Power Sports. Exit 22 off I-85 at 100 Indian Walk in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com.
Most of us understand that without daily attention to our teeth and regular visits to the dentist, painful dental conditions and tooth loss would result. Your dog and cat need dental care too. Most dogs and cats need a dental cleaning at least once, if not twice yearly. And know that November is dental month at Lincoln Animal Hospital. Now, if you had your teeth cleaned at the dentist and then didn't brush your teeth at home, What kind of shape do you think your teeth and breath would be in? Yuck. See Lincolnton Animal Hospital today or call 704-732-0728.
Your CarQuest dealer is Eddie's Auto Parts. And now Eddie's Auto Parts is your authorized dealer for Summit Racing Equipment, plus rough country lift kits. Get your lawnmower batteries and automated detailing and cleaning supplies too. So race on in to Eddie's Auto Parts, 2514 East Main Street in Lincoln.
When you want some help from a fellow car lover, it's all in one place, as you'll discover. Roll in to CarQuest and roll on.
The Start Something New sales event is underway at Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge in Lincoln. Now's the time to start the new year with a new Ram truck. Get 0% APR financing for 72 months or up to $12,734 in total value on select new 2017 Ram 1500 models. Come on in for all the details and then start something new during the Start Something New sales event underway now at Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, 1442 East Main Street in Lincoln.
And back here at West Lincoln High School, the final for the girls game is official. North Lincoln wins 59-32. And now a big win for them to be able to stay above 500 and now are 2 games above 500 and able to keep themselves in the middle of the conference and maybe sneak up on some teams, Ken.
Yes, and like you said, it's a big win for them, a dominant win, and they're playing pretty well, and that's going to be a lot of good basketball played in the girls' basketball in the South Fork 2A, and the next 3 weeks there'll be a lot determined before you get to that tournament.
Yeah, just to show you how good the girls' team was the past few years. I don't think they even got to 7 wins in the past 3 years. This year with Coach Lackey taking the helm, they've already gotten to 9, so pretty impressive turnaround for tonight's girls' squad. But now the game's wrapped up here, and the guys are underway getting warmed up here about 8 minutes away from tip-off for the varsity boys, and just a hop, skip, and a jump away 8 minutes from tip-off for the varsity JV boys as well. So, going to be an interesting dynamic that we haven't seen at all this year, Ken, but something that had to be done with some of the snow in the area. Don't want to have North Lincoln travel late and these kind of icy road conditions.
Yeah, and it's been a lot of treacherous conditions late at night and early in the morning, result of this snow we got, and it's about 50-some degrees out about an hour ago, so I think we'll be okay to get this game in and get back to home before we get any more ice frozen on the roads.
But, Ken, we haven't talked about North Lincoln yet, but, after the Lincolnton game last week, they were 5-8. Things were looking pretty bleak for them, but they got a win against Chase, which was expected for them. But then they were able to go on the road, get a huge win over Bandy's, where they were able to hold out to take Culver and the Trojans. And that got them to 1 game under 500 and kind of rejuvenated this team, according to Coach Booker.
Well, that's a big win over Bandy's on the road, a tremendous win for them. Bandy's got a good club, well coached. And they got to be enthused by that, and they're coming in here tonight hoping to get another conference win, to get closer to that 500 mark in the conference. And so this is a game that they would love to win here tonight to keep their momentum going.
And one of the things we've seen as the year's gone along, he started out a little slow as a freshman, but Jack Carter has really been getting into his role as the season goes along. Got a big 12-point performance last week in that win against Bandy's, but also Lance Bailey has been able to take more of the scoring load as the year has gone along as point guard for the Knights.
Yeah, one thing I noticed in seeing the Knights play, the point distribution has been good. It's spread around well. They got several guys that can put the ball in the basket. They don't have to depend on one guy to go out there and get 15 to 18 every night.
And that's, I think, a sign of a really good fundamental team when you don't have to have a scorer scoring out the wazoo as this North Lincoln team has. They have a lot of pretty good shooters, and they're still pretty young. They're losing a lot, but their JV next year. But their JV team has got a lot of players that can, I think, easily come in and continue the success North Lincoln has had. But Ken, I told you this a couple moments ago, but we heard some news about one of the North Lincoln players that is going to go to the next level in terms of football. And Reed McCrory, a guy you covered very well throughout football this past year, is going to be going to the next level next year and play at Wingate University.
And congratulations to him, fine young man. I watched him on several games this year in high school. He's got a good arm. He can throw that ball, and I'm just tickled for him to get the opportunity to the next level. And Wingett's a good place, I think, for him to go where he maybe can see some success there.
And, I mean, honestly, Wingate has really become a hotbed around here. They like to take a lot of players from around here. I mean, it's one of his former teammates that he knows pretty well for 1 year. Colton Beard is now at Wingate. West Lincoln's had a couple players like Noah Marsh have gone to play at Wingate. Cherryville's gotten a couple players from Wingate. So, I mean, it's become a pretty – Wingate really likes to recruit out of Lincoln County. And they've made their first playoffs in the past few years this past year.
And that's good. That's good for Lincoln County and not only the players this year, but in the future as they look here at the talent that they see around Lincoln County. And when you're watching somebody play that's a senior, guess what? You get to see some juniors too. So, you'll be back next year maybe looking harder at these guys.
And there's maybe some sophomores as well. You never know. So that could be the start of something here as North Lincoln football. He went from around 200 passing yards his junior year into wing T to over 2,000. So it just shows you how much, if you can play well, teams will look at you and give you a shot. So congratulations once again to Reed McCrory on committing to Wingate University, and we wish nothing but the best for him and all these other guys in Lincoln County that are going to be announcing their commitments in the next few weeks.
And speaking of Reed, he's on the basketball court tonight for those North Lincoln Knights, and he plays in the middle, and about 6'2". He's 6'3". Sometimes he's at a disadvantage, but he battles hard under the boards, and he's a key part of this starting five for the Knights.
Yeah, and when we come back, we'll get the starting five for both the Knights and the Rebels, and we'll also go through tonight's conference matchups and the conference standings. You're still listening to the Carolina Trust Bank Stadium pregame show on WLON 1050 AM, as this is a high school broadcast of Renato Auto Mall. We'll be back right after this.
Classic Ford Lincoln in Shelby announces their year-end sales event. Get holiday savings across Ford's entire line of 2017 models. Get 0% APR Ford credit financing for 72 months, plus $1,000 Ford credit cash. That's right, 0% financing plus $1,000 cash. All for good on the Focus, C-Max, Fusion, Mustang, Taurus, Edge, Escape, Explorer, Expedition, F-150 trucks, and even the Transit and Transit Connect vans. See dealer for details. Classic Ford Lincoln, 1775 East Dixon Boulevard, Shelby. Online at classicfordofshelby.com.
Doctor, what's wrong with my husband?
Let's take a look.
CKDKDS Macron.
Ah, yes, I've seen this before. Your husband has coyote fever.
Coyote fever?
Yes, he's obviously learned of the hot deals going on now at your local Coyote tractor dealer.
Is this serious?
Very serious. Now's the best time to buy one of the best-selling tractors on the market. If you care at all about your husband, you'll drive him over to the Coyote dealer now. Oh, and I'm writing you a prescription for great deals on all implements, too.
Your Coyote dealer is West End Sales, Highway 1827 intersection in Vale. The Orange Opportunity Sales Event is underway at Parker Farm Service in Kings Mountain. Come in now and ask about 0% financing for 84 months on select Kubota tractors with a big 6-year warranty. Come on in for all the details and don't miss it. The Orange Opportunity Sales Event underway now at Parker Farm Service, located at 126 Bessie Drive off the Oak Grove Road and Highway 74 bypass in Kings Mountain. The new year brings new big savings from Renato Auto Mall in Shelby. Get up to $9,000 in total value on the new 2018 GMC Sierra 1500 four-wheel drive crew cab with SLT Premium Plus package. Plus drive away in a new 2017 Buick Envision, now at $7,500 below MSRP. And the new 2018 Kia Stinger has arrived at only $299 per month for a 36-month lease. And get the 2018 Honda Fit for $169 a month for 36 months. See Renato for all the details. Renato Auto Mall, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at RenatoAutomall.com.
Back here at West Lincoln High School, closing out the Carolina Trust Bank Stadium pregame show here. So this is a broadcast of Renato Auto Mall on WLON 1050 AM. And on KTCBroadcast.com, Evan Ludwig, Ken Leak with you for the call of tonight's game. And Ken, you got the starting lineups for both the Rebels and the Knights for tonight.
Yeah, let's first go with the West Lincoln Rebels, the home team here tonight. Starting for the Rebels, number 3, Brandon Lell. Number 10, Dylan Barkley. Number 12, Seth Willis. Number 20, Trey Brine. and number 24, Chance Gilmore. And those are your starters for the West Lincoln Rebels. For the East Lincoln team tonight, number 1, Jack Carter. Number 4, Nick McKinney. Number 10, Luke Johnson. Number 11, Lance Bailey. And number 32, Will Thornhill.
Oh, number 21, Reed McCrory.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Miss Reed there.
As that's the starting lineups for tonight's game. What's going to be key here tonight for West Lincoln, Ken, if you're trying to pull off an upset and get your first conference win here tonight?
Well, they've got to hit some outside shots because I think they're going to have trouble battling the inside presence of North Lincoln. North Lincoln not a big team, but I think they've got more height and size inside than West Lincoln. So West Lincoln's got to shoot well, and I think they got to shoot well from the perimeter.
And what are the keys to victory tonight for North Lincoln to get back to 500?
Well, their strength is, I think, is sharing the basketball and balanced scoring, and I look for their key is to continue to do that, move the ball around, get good shots, and pound the boards. And I think if they do that, their talent will probably bring them for a win.
And so, both teams waiting for introductions as they're about to introduce both teams now. Looking at the conference standings before conference play tonight, Lincolnton has a tiebreaker over East Lincoln. They're both 6-1. Lake Norman Charter is in third place all by themselves, and Maiden is in fourth at 4-3. Bandy's is at 3-4. North Lincoln at 6 at 3-5. Newton Conover at 7th at 2-5. And West Lincoln 0-8, 1-14 overall, still looking for their first conference win. And if they would be able to do that, that'd be big for them tonight to play spoiler for tonight's. Looking at across the action tonight for the South Fork 2A Conference, East Lincoln will be taking on Lake Norman Charter. That's one that we're going to have to look out for. The game starts right around here. That's what they have the start time for, as they're having to travel all the way to Lake Norman Charter. Maiden at Bandy's, they're starting at 7:30. That should be a pretty interesting game to see if Bandy's could pull off somewhat of an upset over the Blue Devils. Also, Newton Conover at Lincolnton. As if Newton Conover were able to pull off that one, that'd be possibly the upset of the year if they were able to beat the Wolves somehow, Ken.
Yeah, and we'll see how that goes. You never know in some of these games, especially when you have to travel on the road. So we'll see how it goes, but North Lincoln certainly needs this win tonight to keep their momentum going, and of course West Lincoln would love to get their first conference win of the season.
I got to remind people that these guys have not been in school since Tuesday due to the snow hitting the North Carolina area over the past few days. As we're ready for tip-off between the two quarterbacks in the fall, Seth Willis and Reed McCrory, North Lincoln in all blue, West Lincoln in all white. And we're tipping off underway. West Lincoln wins the tip-off, as it'll be J.R. Smith taking up court for the Rebels, being guarded by Lance Bailey. Gives it up to Chance Gilmore on the right wing. Gilmore being guarded by Carter. Carter, as a bad pass leads to a steal by Johnson, and it's in. Luke Johnson gets a quick 2 points for the Knights to put him on the board. Just an errant pass there by Chance Gilmore. Jared Reed taking it up court. They're going right to left on your radio dial. Chance Gilmore now has it on the right wing. A little deja vu with the first drive. See if they can not have a turnover. Gilmore gets past Carter, now driving to the lane, losing control. And Jack Carter able to take the ball, who get it up court to Lance Bailey. Bailey being guarded by Smith, and he loses control of the ball, and it's taken by Trey Bryan. So back-to-back turnovers by both teams. This is North Lincoln leads 2-0 about a minute into this ball game.
West Lincoln yet to get a shot up.
Gilmore now has it on the right wing. They're trying to get it in his hands no matter what. And now give it up to Bryan. Bryan being guarded by Luke Johnson. Now gets it over to Seth Willis, who's being guarded by Nick McKinney. Now back over to, now that's Seth Willis actually that has the ball there. As he's trying to drive on Reed McCrory, he does, and gets the basket up and in, despite a late defensive effort by Luke Johnson, and we're tied at 2.
Nice driving left-handed layup.
North Lincoln now slowing things down. They haven't had a real structured drive so far, as Nick McKinney has it on the left wing. Gives it up to Jack Carter, swings it over to Lance Bailey, gets it inside to Luke Johnson and kicks it back out to Lance Bailey, swings it over to Nick McKinney, swings it over to Jack Carter, who gets it inside to Reed McCrory and kick it back out to Jack Carter, swing it over to McKinney, get it over to Lance Bailey as he gets an errant pass that's deflected and taken by Hunter Robinson. Robinson now going to try to get the Rebels the lead early on in the game. He gives up to Chance Gilmore, who left open, but decides not to shoot it. He gets it inside to number 3. The ball is loose. Carter dives on the floor to take it, and he gives it up to Lance Bailey. Now on a fast break, Bailey gives it up to Luke Johnson, and the shot blocked, but a foul coming up on. That's going to be Trey Bryan. So a lot of turnovers early on by West Lincoln, or by both sides, if we're being honest.
Yeah, it's been a little ragged so far. Not very smooth out there.
Now, I don't know if any of these teams have really practiced that much. You got to put that into factor as Luke Johnson's at the Eddie's Auto Parts free throw line. First shot is short off the rim and does not get a friendly roll. As now checking into the game for Jack Carter is Matthew Regan, who recently got the call-up in the recent weeks from the JV squad. It's a sophomore. Second shot up and in by Luke Johnson. He has all 3 of North Lincoln's points so far. Hunter Robinson taking it up court for the Rebels. He's trying to find someone to pass it to, and it's stolen by Lance Bailey. He's all by himself on a fast break and gets a layup in. And Coach Hansel wants to call a timeout. You know, too many turnovers so far for West Lincoln, and we'll take a timeout with them as well. North Lincoln leading 5-2 early on.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County for over 75 years. Customer service is a priority at First Federal Savings Bank, where they want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, products, and services of larger banks with hometown people that you see throughout your community. They live here, they work here, and this community matters to the people at First Federal Savings Bank. First Federal Savings Bank has 4 convenient locations in downtown Lincoln, Bossier City, Denver, and West Lincoln. Stop in and visit and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Back here at West Lincoln High School as Hunter Robinson taking it up court for the Rebels. They're down 5-2 early on in this game against North Lincoln. As a double team being affected by Robinson, he gives it up to Seth Willis, who kicks it out to Brandon Lale, and now gets it inside to Robinson, who take a shot up. No good, but a foul coming up on North Lincoln. That'll send Robinson to the Eddie's Auto Parts free throw line. Foul's going to be on Reed McCrory, and so far, you know, I think it was a good timeout call by Hansel because every turnover -1 so far before that timeout was just a turnover by West Lincoln.
Yeah, tight man-to-man and double-teaming defense by the Knights had bothered West Lincoln, but they need to cut the turnovers off. It's only they make some free throws. It's only a 5-4 game.
Yeah, both free throws made by Hunter Robinson. North Lincoln quickly gets it across half court. Lance Bailey has it on the right wing, swings it over to Matthew Regan, who gives it up to Luke Johnson, goes on baseline, puts up a floater, no good, but rebound by Reed McCrory, but he loses it. And the ball is still loose, and I think a foul is going to be called on McCrory. Yes, it is. That's going to be a second as he lost control of the rebound. And with him in foul trouble, they're going to have to get Will Thornhill into the game.
Yeah, that's a key foul there. 2 on him early here in the first quarter.
So West Lincoln down by 1 point. They can get the lead here on this possession if they make a basket. Chance Gilmore now having the main ball carrier, has to get across half court. Finally does. A lob pass across the gym, almost stolen by Lance Bailey, but Gilmore gets the ball back. Now he's being double teamed by Bailey and Regan. He's on the floor with the ball. The ball is still loose, and now Gilmore doesn't have it. Wow. McKinney has it. A jump ball is finally going to be called. Let's see the possession arrow goes. It goes to North Lincoln, as this Knights defense has really flustered the Rebels so far.
Loose ball on there. It looked like it about had a tie-up a couple of times, but finally they called it.
Honestly, I can't believe they didn't call a jump ball earlier.
Yeah.
McKinney has the ball, gives it up to Matthew Regan on the right wing, who gives it up to Will Thornhill on the corner. And now McKinney has it, swings it over to Bailey, now swings over to Regan, who thinks about shooting it, and now tries to get it inside, but it's stolen, deflected by Brandon Lale. Turnovers all over the place so far in this game, as now Chance Gilmore has it on the left wing being double-teamed. He's not had a good time against this double team. He gets it back over to Lale. An errant pass way too high by Lale as he was trying to get it to the open Trey Bryan.
Another turnover.
Another turnover. A lot of turnovers early on in this ball game, as North Lincoln leading 5-4 on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard.
There's not many shots that have gone up. There's not many rebounds because there's been so many turnovers.
Nate McKinney has it at the top of the key. He gives it up to Lance Bailey, swings it over to McKinney, and fakes the swing over to Regan. Now Bailey drives inside, gets a spot-up jumper, and it's in. It's the first time we've seen a basket go in about a minute or two. North Lincoln now leading 7-4. Lale has it, gives it up to Gilmore. Now back over to Lale, and they're playing hot potato with the ball. So trying not to get double teamed. Lael has it. He'll take a three from the left wing. It's off the back iron, no good. Rebound, Lance Bailey. He's going on a fast break, gives it up to Matthew Regan. Regan gets a shot up, no good, but a foul coming up on Lael. And from our vantage point, I don't know, that was pretty close. It looked like he had at least most of it ball. They're saying he had some contact on the hand.
Yeah, there wasn't much contact there, but the ref said it was enough to call the foul.
Regan at the free throw line. The shot rolls in and out, no good. Jack Carter will check back in for Nick McKinney. So this is Matthew Regan's first trip to the Eddie's Auto Parts free throw line. And second shot up and in, good. North Lincoln now leads by 2 possessions, 8-4 on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard, a little bit halfway through the first quarter of play. Chance Gilmore has the ball, gives it up to Lael, now back over to Gilmore. So trying to avoid this double team, back over to Lael, back to Gilmore. As Gilmore now stops dribble, he's being double teamed. A high pass over to Seth Willis. He gets it in. Shot no good. Nice late defense there by Luke Johnson to contort the shot. So now Matthew Regan has the ball, gives it up to Luke Johnson, swings it over, all the way over to Jack Carter on the left corner. Shot no good. And Chance Gilmore now has the ball, trying to get a fast break, but can't do it. And now Gilmore trying to drive to the lane, but a foul's going to be called on the floor. The foul's going to be on Lance Bailey, I think, for reaching in and getting a little contact there on the wrist. It's going to be the third foul on North Lincoln. And West Lincoln will inbounds the pass. Willis gets it into Lael, who take a jumper off the back iron, no good, but Willis with the rebound and the putback. And Willis gets the lead back within 2. Lance Bailey has the ball, gives it up to Jack Carter on the left wing. Now back over to Lance Bailey. Back to Carter. Tries to get inside to Luke Johnson, but he's being guarded heavily. Bailey now has the ball, gives it over to Matthew Regan. Back to Bailey. Inside to Luke Johnson. Now inside to Will Thornhill, but he was beneath the basket as he was trying to put it up. Rebound grabbed by West Lincoln. Willis loses control of the ball, and they're going to call a jump ball as he just seemed to be a little too out of control there.
Yeah, still a lot of ragged play here.
And they haven't played in a week, and then you have the snowstorm coming up. Not a good recipe for much good basketball play. You probably have some rust as Gilmore has the ball, stops the dribble, gives it over to Hunter Robinson on the left wing. Robinson trying to drive it past Lance Bailey. Bailey tips it, and Robinson still able to find it. Gilmore in the left, wide open for 3 from the wing, no good, as Will Thornhill gets the rebound. And a technical coming up on one of the West Lincoln players. I think it's going to be on Seth Willis. I think he's been frustrated about some no calls. And Willis saying he was being hit. He's telling Coach Hansel he's being hit on the play, and I think he's just been frustrated. So referee trying to tell West Lincoln they have to get past midcourt, as Luke Johnson will be going to the Eddie's Auto Parts free throw line all by himself for some technical free throw shots. 2 coming on the way for the senior.
Seth Willis is going to take a rest after that.
First shot up and in by Luke Johnson. Of course, if you know North Lincoln history, Luke Johnson's dad was the first men's basketball coach at North Lincoln. So he's got basketball in his blood. As both shots go in, that gives North Lincoln a 10-6 lead, all due to just frustration fouls that aren't warranted. As Coach Hansel's trying to calm Seth Willis down. North Lincoln now has the ball, as Lance gives it up to Reagan. As he gives it up to Carter, and Reagan nicks the ball back, almost went across half court to get it. Lance Bailey now has it on the left wing. Gets bounce pass over to Carter on the baseline, who swings it back over to Regan, who was not expecting it, as Carter loses control of it, and he gets it back and now gives it over to Regan. Regan on the left wing being double teamed here, and Carter gets the ball, and now Will Thornhill has the ball on the baseline, very close to being out of bounds, swings it over to Luke Johnson, who gets it inside to Regan, and now covered up, and 3 seconds is going to be the call, and I think it's the right call. I think you could have made an argument for both Will Thornhill and Matthew Regan for being in there in the paint for 3 seconds. So another turnover, as now Nick McKinney checks back in, and we have a new guy coming in for North Lincoln, Keelan Viega. Going to be brought in for defensive purpose, I think, as he's going to check Chance Gilmore at half court. Gilmore has the ball after giving up to Lael. He gets it past Viega, but loses his balance, and the ball is loose, but Hunter Robinson was Johnny on the spot. Air pass to Lael. Lael able to control it. Now he's attacking it, kicks it out to Hunter Robinson for a corner 3. High corner 3. Had a lot of hang time on that, but is able to get the shot in, and it's now a 1-point deficit between the Rebels and the Knights. McKinney has the ball, trying to direct the offense, gives it up to Viega, trying to get inside to Luke, but he'll get it across court to Jack Carter, who'll give it over to McKinney. Now back to Viega. He's being guarded by Willis, who's back into the game. As now Carter has it on the left wing, gives it to Viega at the top of the key. Viega gives up to Luke Johnson, now bounces it over to McKinney. McKinney thinks about the shot, but is trying to get up past Seth Willis in this 2-3 defense. Viega now has the ball, under a minute to go in the first quarter. North Lincoln leading by 1. McKinney has the ball, gives it inside to Luke Johnson. Floater from the baseline, no good, but rebounded by Gabe Brown of the Rebels. And West Lincoln could take the lead here and maybe get the final shot of the quarter. Gilmore gives it up to Lale. Now back to Gilmore. Gilmore back to Lale, and now swings it over to Hunter Robinson on the left corner. He loses control of the ball, fades away, shot no good. Rebound by the freshman, Jack Carter. Carter now going across half court, thinking about fast break point, but he loses control of the ball, and a bad pass leads to a steal by Hunter Robinson, able to stay in bounds. Now Lale going across half court. 19 seconds left, gives it over to Seth Willis, who thinks about a corner three, now goes inside the baseline.
Oh, that should have been a foul.
And, well, the shot was up, but it hit the side of the backboard.
A lot of contact on that. It looked like it should have been either a charge or a block, but no call.
No call. It'll be North Lincoln ball with 12 seconds left. They're up by 1. They can put up one shot here as Carter has the ball, gives it up to Luke Johnson on the left corner. As McKinney has the ball, 4 seconds left. Swings over to Jack Carter, going to have to put a shot up with 1 second. And it just slings one up there, no good. That'll end the first quarter play, as North Lincoln leads West Lincoln 10-9 on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. We'll be back right after this.
The Orange Opportunity Sales Event is underway at Parker Farm Service in Kings Mountain. Come in now and ask about 0% financing for 84 months on select Kubota tractors with a big 6-year warranty. Come in for all the details and don't miss it. The Orange Opportunity Sales Event underway now at Parker Farm Service, located at 126 Bessie Drive off the Oak Grove Road and Highway 74 bypass in Kings Mountain. The new year brings new big savings from Renato Auto Mall in Shelby. Get up to $9,000 in total value on the new 2018 GMC Sierra 1500 four-wheel drive crew cab with SLT Premium Plus package. Plus drive away in a new 2017 Buick Envision, now at $7,500 below MSRP. And the new 2018 Kia Stinger has arrived at only $299 per month for a 36-month lease. And get the 2018 Honda Fit for $169 a month for 36 months. See Ronaldo for all the details. Ronaldo Auto Mall, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at RonaldoAutomall.com.
Back here at West Lincoln High School, we've completed one quarter play, and North Lincoln up 10-9. So North Lincoln will get the ball back to start the second quarter. Lance Bailey has it at the midcourt, swings it over to Nick McKinney on the left wing, and over to Luke Johnson. Johnson gives it up to McKinney. He'll take a three from the left wing, up and in, good. Nice way to start the second quarter for the Knights. They get their first three-point basket by Nick McKinney. Seth Willis has it. He has a technical foul from the first quarter. He's going to have to be careful for the remainder of the game. Swings it over to Brandon Lale as Lance Bailey tries to get it out of his hands. He does, but it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Bailey. Another possible turnover by West Lincoln. There's a lot of turnovers by both teams in this game early on. As Gabe Brown has the ball, gives it up to Hunter Robinson. Now back over inside to Seth Willis. Willis being guarded hard by Will Fornell, fighting for a rebound. Does Fornell, and he gets the rebound, gives it up to Carter as Carter swings it over to Lance Bailey. And what a beautiful pass from Carter to Bailey. Somehow gets it in between two defenders, and a nice fast break basket by the Knights. Robinson has the ball being guarded by McKinney as he's trying to drive inside. Now is lost as got fouled as he stopped basket and he's trying to pass it to someone. The foul's going to be on. Couldn't tell what the foul was there, but that's North's fourth foul. So now West Lincoln will inbounds pass. Gabe Brown has it, swings it over to Brandon Lale, take a three, and he gets his first three tonight. And it's a one-possession game yet again. 15-12 on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. North Lincoln on top. McKinney swings it over to Carter on the left wing. And now gets it all across to the right wing to Lance Bailey. Gets it inside to Luke Johnson, who before he put a shot up, Gabe Brown was right on the back of Luke Johnson. As it was a little bit of a pass that was off the mark, but led to a foul to Gabe Brown. Now Will Fornell gets a shot up. It was kind of just a lob up there for Will, but as he was hit while he was putting the shot up.
That first quarter was a low scoring affair. Only 19 points total. There was only 3 field goals by each team in that first quarter.
Yeah, pretty sloppy on both ends offensively. A lot of turnovers, but it looks like the offensive woes a little bit stopped in this first minute. So they put 13 seconds back on the clock. It was at 6:28, but they told them to stop at 6:41. Will Thornhill now at the Eddie's Auto Parts free throw line. First shot up and in, good. Now checking into the game for the Rebels is number 20, Trey Bryan, and number 13, Colby Varner, 2 of the starters for tonight. Will Thornhill now ready to take his second free throw. The second one rattles out, no good. Put back no good by Luke Johnson, and it was last touched by Lance Bailey before going out, as they were just trying to pat it back in there. As North Lincoln has minus that one technical free throw by Luke Johnson. Each time they made it to the free throw line, they've gone 1 for 2.
Yeah, they're 5 for 8 so far in the game from the free throw line.
They're up by 4 over West Lincoln right now, but West Lincoln keeping it pretty close. Chance Gilmore has the ball, gets it across half court, being guarded by the freshman Jack Carter, swings it over to Varner, who's at the top of the key, being guarded heavily by Nick McKinney. McKinney, as Varner trying to get someone to cut as they get it inside to Trey Bryan, but he's now outside the three-point line. He stops his dribble as another attempt at a steal, this time by Luke Johnson, but it went out of bounds, and it'll still be West Lincoln ball. Just kind of laziness of not having the ball secured is what's hurting West Lincoln right now in some of their possessions. As Trey Bryan has the ball, gets it in, he's going to go inside the paint, but loses control of the ball, but it was last touched by North Lincoln. So that, if he didn't lose control of the ball, that would have been possibly a charge. If, depending on what the call would have been, it would have been a close call.
Yeah, it looked like he had an opening there, and he just
lost control.
Lost control as the hand got in.
Brandon Lell will take a three from the left wing. Short, no good. Rebound, Will Thornhill, who's doing a great job fighting for rebounds tonight. Lance Bailey has the ball. He's going to go inside, being triple team shot, no good. And the rebound is loose, and Will Thornhill gets it. Luke Johnson fakes about a three, but he'll go inside, take a jumper, and it gets in. He saw Chance Gilmore trying to attempt to block the three-pointer, so he faked the three and went inside, took a long two, and was able to get another 2 points on the board for the Knights. Gilmore has the ball for the Rebels. Being guarded by Carter, gets a pick from Seth Willis. He's on the left wing, swings it over to Varner, who now stops his dribble, trying to get it inside, but he'll get it out to Chance Gilmore. Gilmore trying to get it inside to Willis, who's being guarded hard by Jack Carter, maybe a little too hard, as maybe some contact on the play. And yeah, the call's going to be on Jack Carter.
That's his first.
So both teams have 5 fouls each, and now coming into the game for the first time tonight for West Lincoln is number 1, Chad Probst. Willis not inbounding, it's going to be Chance Gilmore. Gilmore inbounds it to Seth Willis, swings it over to Probst, and swings it back over to Bryan, but he loses control of it, but he's able to get it back, and now a pass over to Probst, and now he drops his dribble. It's tipped, and wow, pandemonium here on this West Lincoln offense. I mean, they're not losing the ball, but in terms of turnovers, but they're losing control of their dribbles, their passes, it's all over the place, and North Lincoln's aggressive in trying to get the ball back.
Yeah, they're disrupting the West Lincoln offense, no doubt about that.
Well, that time I think Will Thornhill jumped in a little too much on the reach, and he'll get called for a foul. So that's now 6 fouls on North Lincoln. The next foul will put West Lincoln in the bonus with 5 minutes left in the first half. That's pretty big. Seth Willis inbounding the pass for West Lincoln, and he'll give it over to Trey Bryan. Bryan going to go inside, put a floater, shot no good, and Jack Carter gets 3 on 2. 3 on 2. Let's see if he can take advantage of it. He'll put a floater up, gets the backboard up and in. And these fast break points for North Lincoln are really helping them early on, as they're now up 8. That's their largest lead of the game. Chance Gilmore now just going to try to slow things down here for West Lincoln on offense, as it gets a bounce pass over to Varner, and now almost a travel, but he stops his feet as Gilmore just swing it back and forth. Probst now has it. Now back to Gilmore. He'll fake a swing and take a three from the top of the key. Off the rim, no good. Tipped, rebound, and picked up by Nick McKinney. Gives it to Lance Bailey on the right wing. Gets it past Probst. He gives over to the wide open Jack Carter. He'll take a three. No good. Rebound fought for and gotten by Lance Bailey. He now gets outside the three-point line. Pass is tipped inside to Will Thornhill and taken by Seth Willis. So the hand action was active there for West Lincoln on that possession. Still get the ball back, try to get this lead inside 8 as we're just now halfway through the second quarter. Gilmore has the ball at the top of the key after giving up the Probst, gives it back up to Probst. Probst back over to Gilmore, and now bounce pass over to Varner. And now back over to Gilmore, back over to Probst. Back and forth they go. A lob pass over to Gilmore at the top of the key. Now back over to Probst on the left wing. Haven't gotten it inside. Now back to Varner all the way on the right wing, and now into Gilmore on the top of the key. Now back to Varner on the right wing, trying to get it inside. Now being double teamed. The ball is loose and
foul called. It looks like.
Foul. It looks like it's going to be on North Lincoln considering the circumstances, and yes, it's going to be on Lance Bailey. That's going to make it a 1-1 now for West Lincoln, as they're going to have Toby Campbell check in to the game. Lance Bailey now going to have to be careful for the Knights with 2 fouls and 3.5 minutes remaining. Will Fornell checks out of the game. Reed McCory back in for North Lincoln.
That's the first time McCrory's been back in since he picked up those 2 fouls midway first quarter.
Well, and it helps when Will Fornell did as good of a job as he did. An air ball on the free throw attempt. That's not good there. And he's going to be substituted. He was already going to be substituted by Brandon Lau, but rough going there for Colby Varner. Have an opportunity to get 2 free points on now. 1-1 if you make both of them, and unfortunately he airballs the first attempt. Nick McKinney has the ball, getting instructions from Coach Booker. McKinney gives it up to Lance Bailey. Now Luke Johnson has it on the left corner, swings it over to Lance Bailey, now over to Nick McKinney on the right wing. So they're trying to find someone to get it inside to. Over to Regan, now inside to McCrory, gets it back to Regan. Regan will take a 3 from the right wing, off the back iron, no good. Rebound fought for, and it's going to be
10 over the back.
10 over the back. It's going to be the call on Luke Johnson. I think Seth Willis thought the foul was on him, and it was actually the other 10 that the foul was on.
North Lincoln's crashing the boards. Unfortunately, picked up a couple fouls on the offensive boards.
Yeah, they're being more active than they usually are on the boards. As now Seth Willis goes to the Eddie's Auto Parts free throw line, trying to cut into this 8-point lead. First shot short, rebounded by McCrory. Luke Johnson has the ball as Hansel puts his hands over his head, just trying to get any of the free points they can and been unsuccessful to do so in the last few minutes. Reed McCrory has it on the right corner. Bounce pass over to McKinney. Kicks it out to Lance Bailey at the top of the key. He's trying to get in the offense. Pass is tipped and deflected by Chance Gilmore. He goes up for a fast break point, and he finally gets the first basket in a couple minutes for the Rebels. It's 20-14 now as Bailey was avoiding his 3rd foul possibly if he went up for that shot. McKinney has the ball, gives it over to Regan, and now it's over to to Luke Johnson now. He gives it up to Lance Bailey on the left wing. Regan has the ball, gives it back up to Bailey. Bailey trying to go inside. Kicks it over to McKinney. He'll take a 3 from the right corner. Rattles out, no good, but a rebound by Matt Regan.
Taken away.
Seth Willis just manhandles the ball away from Regan. And now let's see what the foul is going to be on the floor, but a 1-1 opportunity yet again as Seth Willis was trying to go up for that shot. And that's going to be on Nick McKinney. And now with 2 minutes and 18 seconds left, West Lincoln's only 1 foul away from being in the double bonus. It's just they got to take advantage of some of these free throw opportunities, Ken.
Yeah, they haven't taken advantage of them, and as you said, this early in 1-1, they missing out on the opportunities.
As Keelan Viega checks back in for the Knights. First free throw attempt by Willis off the back iron, no good, but he gets to his own rebound, miss. And he puts up a shot, no good, and he gets another rebound. Let's see if he can get this one. No, not again, and now Reed McCoy finally takes it, but he traveled. Took one step too many, so A for effort by Seth Willis. And even though they lost the ball after that many misses, they will get the ball back due to Reed McCrory traveling. Inbounds pass to Seth Willis. The pass is tipped by Viega, but Lale able to get the ball. He's trying to go inside on Viega. Kicks out to Hunter Robinson, who checks back in. Gilmore all open on the left wing, on the right wing, but they'll give it to Lale on the left wing. Shot no good. Rebound being fought for and taken by Matt Regan. Gives it up to Reed McCrory and a high pass to Viega, but he gets it under control and gives it up to Lance Bailey. Swings it over to Viega, who swings it over to Matt Regan. He'll take a 3 from the left corner. No good, rattles out. He was wide open, just a shot did not go in. Rebounded by West Lincoln. Lale now has the ball. Down 6, Gilmore has it go inside. He'll take a spot up Jay, and it's up and in. Kind of faded a little bit on the shot, but nonetheless the shot goes in. They're now down 4. North Lincoln's been quiet on the offensive end the last few minutes. Viega gives it up to Matt Regan. Back to Viega. Viega being double-teamed in this 2-3 defense, and now Lance Bailey has it on the right wing. Gives it up to Luke Johnson, back to Bailey. He'll take a three, up and in, good. Nice ball movement by the two seniors. They end the dry spell for North Lincoln. 23-16 with a little over a minute left on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. Robinson has the ball, but Viega put a hand in there to call a foul, and that'll put West Lincoln on the free throw line for a double bonus opportunity. So they'll get 2 free throw shots no matter what.
Lots of fouls committed this quarter by the Knights.
Yeah, the fouls weren't that active in the first quarter, but this second quarter, a lot of fouls been called on North Lincoln. As Hunter Robinson gets the first shot to go in, they're now down 6. As assistant coach Paul Regan late to the game here. As for second shot goes in for North Lincoln. He was coaching the JV game. That one's wrapped up. And now Lance Bailey has the ball. Gives it over to Luke Johnson on the right corner, back to Bailey. Bailey trying to find someone to open, and he gets Matt Regan, who's wide open on the left corner. Shot up and in. He finally gets one of those open threes to fall, and it's a 9-point lead for the Knights. Chance Gilmore maybe trying to hope for one last shot before the end of this half. He'll give it up to Brandon Lale, back over to Gilmore, back to Lale. As Viega going back and forth between Lale and Gilmore. Definitely getting the workout. Now they stop the ball. Now back over to Gilmore. 22 seconds left. They're definitely trying to hold for the last shot. Bounce pass to Gilmore. He now a jump. Viega jumps, and Gilmore forced to do something. Gets it inside to Seth Willis. He's almost outside the three-point line. Gets inside, loses control of it. The ball is loose. Hunter Robinson picks it up. 6 seconds left. He's being double-teamed by Regan and Viega. A lot of contact. And they finally call a foul with 1.8 seconds left.
Look like the Knights want to travel, but
Knights were wanting to travel, and the Rebels were wanting a lot of contact. And, well, it took them a while, but they finally called contact with 1.8 seconds left.
I think they called it on McCoy.
Yes. Yeah, that's McCoy, his third foul, so going to have to watch that in the second half. First shot up and in by Robinson, who's had the most success at the free throw line for the Rebels. He can cut the lead to 7 here before the half if he makes this second free throw. Second shot up and in. 26-19. North Lincoln trying to get a last-second heave. Regan from half court at the buzzer, off the backboard, and just rolled off the rim. Just a little too much mustard on that one, and that'll end the first half of play, where North Lincoln's been able to expand the lead to as much as 8, but West Lincoln keep themselves in it. They're down 26-19 on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. We'll be back for the Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge halftime show here on WLON 1050 AM.
The Orange Opportunity Sales Event is underway at Parker Farm Service in Kings Mountain. Come in now and ask about 0% financing for 84 months on select Kubota tractors with a big 6-year warranty. Come on in for all the details and don't miss it. The Orange Opportunity Sales Event underway now at Parker Farm Service, located at 126 Bessie Drive off the Oak Grove Road and Highway 74 bypass in Kings Mountain. The new year brings new big savings from Renato Auto Mall in Shelby. Get up to $9,000 in total value on the new 2018 GMC Sierra 1500 four-wheel drive crew cab with SLT Premium Plus package. Plus drive away in a new 2017 Buick Envision, now at $7,500 below MSRP. And the new 2018 Kia Stinger has arrived at only $299 per month for a 36-month lease. And get the 2018 Honda Fit for $169 a month for 36 months. See Ronaldo for all the details. Ronaldo Auto Mall, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at RonaldoAutomall.com.
It's Breakfast Madness at Mitchum's Kitchen in Vale. Check out these breakfast specials. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Sausage, steak, or liver mush biscuit for $1.39. And on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, get the big breakfast, 2 eggs, 1 meat, 1 side, biscuit or toast for $4.59. And drink is included. It's Breakfast Madness at Mitchum's Kitchen, Highway 274-27 West intersection in Vale. Call 704-276-1055.
For over 100 years, the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home in Falston has been providing services to families of our community with care and compassion. And now the Stamey Funeral Home has added the Cremation Center along with a new name, the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center. the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center on Highway 182 in Falston, and the Stamey Funeral Home in Cherryville, located on Dixie Street in Cherryville, serving you with care and compassion in your time of need. Start the new year off strong with a new Chevrolet or GMC truck from Abernathy's Chevrolet Buick GMC in Lincoln. Coming now for huge New Year savings. Get up to $9,600 in total value on the new 2018 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LT with 4-wheel drive, and get $9,000 in total value on the 2018 GMC Sierra 1500 4-wheel drive Crew Cab with SLT Premium Plus package. Come in for all the details at Abernathy's Chevrolet Buick GMC, 1445 East Main Street in Lincoln. Start up the savings on your auto insurance with a stop at Turner Hauser Insurance Group in downtown Lincoln, your area insurance agency. Jamie Hauser invites you to stop in and find out how you can save money on all of your insurance needs, from home to auto to commercial to farm to life. Visit them at their office at 228 East Main Street, downtown Lincoln. Just look for the big blue awning. That's Turner Hauser Insurance Group, your area insurance agency. Call 704-732-9577 or visit the website at turnerhauserins.com.
Back here at West Lincoln High School, where we've now reached halftime here between the Rebels and the Knights, as you're now listening to the Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge halftime show, as North Lincoln up 26-19 over the Rebels. But Ken, I mean, this game could be a lot closer for West Lincoln if they were able to take advantage of some of the free throw opportunities they got late in that second quarter due to them being in the bonus.
Yes, they missed a lot of opportunity. They got into bonus early in that second quarter, and had a couple of 1-and-1s, and also had some. It was 2-shot fouls, and they weren't able to make all of them. I've got them, I think, making 4 out of 9. That's not a lot of free throws. They had a lot of opportunities. So this has been a ragged first half. Lots of turnovers by both teams. North Lincoln was playing a zone, but out of that zone they were quickly double teaming the ball, and that took West Lincoln back at the start of the game before they was able to adjust a little bit and not turn it over so much. On the other side, North Lincoln was a little careless of the ball and turn it over. And as you said, maybe the layoff of these teams not being able to practice for a few days really showed up in this first half.
Well, and I think another thing with the turnovers for North, they were a little bit different from the turnovers of West. It's just that North was just being aggressive and trying to reach in for the ball. But with what turned a lot of turnovers for North was they were trying to get the ball inside to the paint, and just that zone defense that West is playing is just they're all kind of bunched together, and they're not wanting you to go inside to the paint. They're wanting you to force up a bad three-point shot, and North Lincoln's kind of had to be patient with that. But, so far North Lincoln out on top. They were up as much by 8, and now they're up 7 as we've gone to halftime. I mean, let's go ahead and look at some of the scores for tonight.
For North Lincoln, the leading scorer is Lance Bailey, who's got 11 points. He's got 1 3-pointer. Luke Johnson has 5 points. And it's pretty balanced after that. Regan's got 4 points. McKinney's got 3 points. And Jay Carter's got a basket as well. And Will Thornhill, who was playing very aggressive on the boards, has 1 free throw. On the West Lincoln side, Robinson has 7 points. He has 4 free throws and has a 3-pointer. I've got Seth Willis, who's been extremely active, but I've only got him with about 4 or 5 points. So the scoring has been low. It was 10-9 at the end of the first quarter, which was a very low-scoring game. I expect the turnovers to diminish in the second half, and with a little bit more smooth play rather than ragged play. And as I said before, if West Lincoln could have took advantage of at the free throw line and hit a couple threes out there, it could be a lot closer than it is. But it's still anybody's game, 26-19.
Well, and I think what North Lincoln's trying to do is they've tried to completely shut down Chance Gilmore. And, I mean, they've done a terrific job at that. I didn't hear you call his name out. He hasn't scored a basket, or maybe 1 basket.
I've got him with 4 points. He's got 4 points. I got him with 2 baskets. And they have. They've been – and what I noticed was right out of the game, he was one of the guys that was doing the jump double teams on to sort of try to shut him down.
And honestly, right now the turnovers are hurting West Lincoln more because North Lincoln was just getting so many fast break points off those turnovers, and they were able to get to the basket, maybe get an and one opportunity to get some free throw shots early on. And it kind of dwindled in the second quarter, but it's kind of put a dent in this game so far for West Lincoln.
Yes, and if North Lincoln can be more patient, I think they'll get the open outside shots, and they'll be able to hit a few of them. They're a little impatient there, and I think they've got the shooters that can knock them down if they're patient enough to move the ball around and get that open shot.
Got a score update from the South Fork Athletic 2A Conference, one of interest. East Lincoln is leading Lake Norman Charter at the half, 35-22. That's a pretty big matchup tonight in the top half of the conference. So if East Lincoln were able to win, that'll be a huge win. That's North Lincoln's two next opponents, is the Lake Norman Charter on Tuesday and East Lincoln on Friday, as we'll have that East Lincoln-North Lincoln game next week. As that concludes our Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge halftime report. We'll be in our LincolnCounty.com stat sheet by Ken Link. When we come back, we'll have the start of the second half on WLON 1050 AM.
Sleep apnea is the interruption of sleep by a blockage to breathing. 8 million Americans go undiagnosed for sleep apnea. Dr. John L. Cloninger III of Lincoln can help you with sleep apnea problems. John III is a member of the American Academy of Dental Sleep Medicine. He can help you now overcome the symptoms of obstructive sleep apnea, such as excessive daytime sleep, loud snoring, episodes of breathing cessation where you stop breathing, dry mouth and sore throat, morning headaches, insomnia, attention problems, and more. John III is concerned that patients don't know there are treatments for obstructive sleep apnea, from CPAP to dental appliances or even surgery. John III offers a free consultation for anyone with symptoms of sleep apnea. Just call 704-735-0765 or come by 904 Doncha Drive in Lincoln to make an appointment. Sleep longer, smile brighter, live happier. Let Dr. John L. Cloninger III put his 21 years of dentistry experience to work for you.
And back here at West Lincoln High School, want to thank our halftime show sponsor, Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge, presenting the halftime show. They're right across from the Bojangles and right beside where Popeyes used to be. As about ready to start the second half here. Ken, what's going to be the key for West Lincoln to get back in this game if they want to win this game?
Well, they're going to have to cut the turnovers down and take advantage of opportunities. When they've got the free throws or they got that open jump shot outside, they need to knock it down to get back in this ball game.
And what's going to be the keys for North Lincoln to hold on to this lead?
Well, one of the things is they played very aggressively, but unfortunately they got a couple guys in foul trouble. Reed McCoy's got 3 fouls. And Nick McKinney, who's played a lot the first half, has 2 fouls. So they need to stay out of foul trouble and be able to hit that open shot with the patience of moving around that zone to actually get that open shot.
Yeah, also Lance Bailey in a little bit of foul trouble with 2. If he gets an early foul in the third quarter, that could be trouble for the Knights and maybe could get West Lincoln back into this game since he's the facilitator. West Lincoln will get the ball to start the second half. They're going left to right on your radio dial as Brandon Lale goes across half court for the Rebels. Gets it over to Chance Gilmore. Gilmore on the left wing trying to find someone to pass it to. Dribbles it back, gives it up to Lale again. Now back to Gilmore, but the pass is stolen by Lance Bailey. And now Bailey going up, and he gets a shot and an and one opportunity to start the second half. The aggressiveness works again for the Knights. Get another good start to this second half. Kind of deja vu from what we saw in the first half, Ken.
Yeah, they were aggressive, stole the ball, and gets an opportunity for a 3-point play here at the free throw line.
And the shot does not get a friendly roll, but rebound tipped, and it's taken by Chance Gilmore. And Gilmore going across half court. North Lincoln now leading by 9 after that basket by Bailey. Gilmore gets the ball, gives it up to Robinson on the left wing, swings it over to Lale, who loses control of the ball, but gets it back right before Jack Carter gets there. He's being double-teamed, gives it up to Chance Gilmore. He'll take a 3-pointer, shot no good, put back no good by Willis, and rebounded by McCrory. Jack Carter has the ball now for the Knights on the left wing as he gets it inside, and he somehow finds a way to get it into to Nick McKinney. Tight window there by Jack Carter, and the basket is good by McKinney. Now kind of a full court press being taken. The ball is stolen by Luke Johnson. Not stolen. Now it's officially, no, still no one stole it. The foul's going to be called on Seth Willis as I think he tripped up Nick McKinney as they're both trying to go for the ball as no one really had full control of it. So it was started by Luke Johnson deflecting the pass. It's now two quick fouls early on. 2 quick fouls in the first minute of play for West Lincoln.
And two buckets have put this lead to double digits now, 30-19.
And North Lincoln smelling blood in the water. Can they take advantage of it and extend the lead even more? Swing it over to Jack Carter, gets it into the corner to Luke Johnson. Johnson stops his dribble, gives it over to Nick McKinney on the top of the key. McKinney tries to pass it to Carter, gives it to Carter. Now Reed McCrory at the corner three, but he's not a three-point shooter. Gets inside, gives it up to Bailey. He'll take a jumper. Rolls out, no good, as Reed McCrory unfortunately took a jumped a little second too early, but the ball's still going to be North Lincoln ball, as I think it was last touched by Seth Willis. Hang on, we got a whistle. Oh, well, Reed McCrory tying his shoe. Guess he may have stepped on his shoelace when he was going up for that rebound. He gets the inbounds pass from Jack Carter. McKinney now swings over to Carter, who loses control of the ball, who's trying to shoot a three-pointer, and now turns it over to Chance Gilmore. As Gilmore almost slipped and fell on his rear as he's now going inside. Gives it over to Probst, who's in the ball game for the first time in the second half. Probst swings over to Seth Willis at the corner. He gives it over to Chance Gilmore on the right wing, who loses control of the ball, and now Carter gets the ball back. Carter now going to fast break, 3-on-2. Gives up to Bailey. Bailey with contorted shot. That's up and in. Oh, my gosh. I don't know how Lance Bailey was able to get that shot up and in.
Beautiful shot.
Just beautiful aggressiveness by North Lincoln. A nice ball movement by the freshman. Able to, construct a fast break and able to get it inside to Lance Bailey. And a foul on Seth Willis. That's his third. There's an and one opportunity for Bailey again. This time he gets this and one opportunity in and gets 3 points to Hardaway. And North Lincoln now leading by 14 to start this second half.
Yeah, they've put up 7 points and held West Lincoln to nothing.
Hunter Robinson has the ball, but a full court press being applied by North Lincoln. Probst has it. Now Gilmore has it. They get across half court, but Gilmore is being double teamed. He gives it up to number 30, Gabe Brown on the corner. Yeah, now the bounce pass is tip deflected. Luke Johnson was trying to get it, but he pushes Hunter Robinson out of bounds right as he was losing control. So a foul's going to be on Luke Johnson.
I think that's 2 on him.
That's second foul. As Gilmore gets the inbounds pass from Brown. He's trying to get past Nick McKinney. He finally does. Now trying to go inside the paint, lose control of the ball, and it was last touched by Gilmore. I think he's kind of shocked. I think he thought it had to touch a North Lincoln player, but it didn't, according to the official. McKinney has the ball. They can get the lead to up to 15 if they can get this basket here. Bailey gets it inside to McCrory, but he loses control of the ball, and it was last touched by McCrory.
Looked like he could have been a push there, but nothing called.
He thought if he would have held onto that ball, he would have had a wide open basket right in front of him. Unfortunately, lost control of it. Gilmore gives it up to Probst as they're on the full court press as the Knights. Gilmore stops the dribble. The pass is tipped. Probst able to get the ball as McKinney was trying to go for it. Hunter Robinson now bounce passes over, and the shot is up and in by Trey Bryan as they are able to break the fast break and get their first basket of the second half. That breaks the dry spell, but they're down 12 now. They're going to have to go on the run here. McKinney gives up to Luke Johnson, now back to McKinney on the right wing. McKinney now trying to get the offense set up to go against this 1-3-1 defense of West Lincoln. Pass almost stolen by Trey Bryan as the pass was intended for Jack Carter as Hill inbounds it. So this is the first time North Lincoln's really had to go against a 1-3-1 defense.
Well, it'll be good for them as they go further into the season.
Bailey takes a three from the left wing off the back iron. No good. Rebound fought for and bounces into the hands of Hunter Robinson. He loses control, but Probst gets the ball for West Lincoln as he'll avoid the fast break and try to get the offense set up. But pass it over to Chance Gilmore. Airballs it, but a rebound. Shot no good by Trey Bryan, but he'll go to the free throw line as Chance Gilmore just has struggled today for the Rebels. He's usually money from behind the arc, but tonight it just hasn't been his night so far.
Yes, defenses seem to really bother him as they've hounded him all night long.
And that was the first time he was really open for a shot as an air ball by Trey Bryan. That's the second time a Rebel has airballed a free throw attempt. It didn't even touch the net, unfortunately.
No, it did not.
See if he can make up for it here on the second attempt. Second shot up and hits rim, but it's no good. And now Will Thornhill gets the rebound for the Knights. Kicks it over to Nick McKinney for a three. No good, but rebounded by not Thornhill. Ball still loose, and now Probst has the ball. No one's ahead of him. He'll get an easy 2 points to roll in. And a timeout by Coach Booker, who's not happy about that. And with 4:20 left, North Lincoln's up by 10 over West Lincoln. We'll be right back.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County for over 75 years. Customer service is a priority at First Federal Savings Bank, where they want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, products, and services of larger banks with hometown people that you see throughout your community. They live here, they work here, and this community matters to the people at First Federal Savings Bank. First Federal Savings Bank has 4 convenient locations in downtown Lincoln, Bossier City, Denver, and West Lincoln. Stop in and visit and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Back here at West Lincoln High School, where West Lincoln went about 3 minutes on a scoring drought to start the second half, but they're able to cut the lead from 14 to 10 as North Lincoln has the ball back. Evan Ludwig, Ken Link with you. Nick McKinney has the ball for the Knights, swings over to Jack Carter, now over to Luke Johnson, who's being double-teamed, back to McKinney, now over to Bailey. Carter has it on the right wing, gives over to Lance Bailey, swings it over to McKinney, bounce pass over to Johnson. As pass is tipped, Bailey has it, swings it back over to Carter. No one's really been open to take a shot yet for North Lincoln. Haven't been able to get inside. Carter has it, being double-teamed in this 1-3-1, gives it up to Will Thornhill, now gets it inside to Luke Johnson. Shot is up, no good, but he was fouled as he had a nice, he got past one of the defenders for West Lincoln, and the defender was late on Luke Johnson. He still take a trip to the Eddie's Auto Parts free throw line. I think that's Hunter Robinson on the foul. That's his second foul. No one besides Seth Willis is in foul trouble for West Lincoln. First shot up and in by Luke Johnson. They'll take the freebies all day. And even though North Lincoln has not been the best at the free throw line tonight, they've been better than West Lincoln so far. Now Luke Johnson waiting for the second shot. And it rolls in. Nothing but net, cuts the lead back, gets the lead back up to 12. North Lincoln no longer running a full court press as they're meeting them halfway. Probst controlling the ball, being guarded by Carter. Probst gets a crossover on Carter, now gives it up to Hunter Robinson on the right wing. Robinson trying to get it in on Nick McKinney. Puts up a shot that somehow gets a wild shot, yes, Kim, but it somehow gets in.
Sure did.
Hunter Robinson been having a pretty good night here for West Lincoln. Probably been the best offensive player for the Rebels so far. Johnson has the ball, gives it up to Bailey, swings it over to McKinney, now over to Carter. He gets it in, kicks across court over to Bailey, who gets it inside. Shot no good, but he was a lot of contact, and the foul's going to be called to send Bailey to the free throw line. And that foul's going to be on Trey Bryan. And that'll bring in Colby Varner checking into the game for West Lincoln. And I think Matt Regan will be coming in for the Knights after this first shot. West Lincoln already has met their foul total that they had in the first half. They only had 5 fouls in the first half. They have 5 fouls right now. It's the first free throw attempt short by Lance Bailey. North Lincoln leading by 10 on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. So I think Brian got hit in the head a little bit there. He's just holding his head. Second shot up and in by Lance Bailey. Gets the lead to 11. North Lincoln leads 36-25 on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. Probst has the ball, gives it up to Brandon Lell. Another high pass. Now back to Probst. Back to Lell, almost stolen by Bailey. Lell trying to find someone to give it into. Gets a pick. Trying to go inside, but can't get much separation. Gives it up to Probst. Probst now trying to find someone to give it up to. He'll give it up to Hunter Robinson at the top of the key. Robinson gets a pick, but to no avail. The pick does not work. Gives it up to Probst. Probst, a high pass to Colby Varner. Varner, though, with the vertical, able to get up and get it. Varner gives it over to Lale. It's kind of all over the place with this offense. And now gives it up to Hunter Robinson on the right wing. Robinson trying to get past Matt Regan. And he's trying to, let's see what, and foul's going to be called on Matt Regan.
Not much of a push there, but looked like a bit of a hand check.
So to give Wesleyan another opportunity to regroup their offense, so give it up to Brandon Lale. They don't have Chance Gilmore on the field court right now. Varner has the ball, gives it up to to Robinson. Robinson now trying to get past Regan. He gets spin moves, gets the layup. Nice offense tonight by Hunter Robinson.
Nice move. It looks like he's out of control, but he
somehow gets it up.
Gets it up and in.
Lance Bailey tried to drive it in. He'll kick it out to Jack Carter. And they say Jack Carter traveled because he bobbled the ball, and that's another travel. Carter's had the ball slip on his last two opportunities to shoot a three-pointer. They're going to get Carter out of the game and get Nick McKinney back in. Carter's still a freshman, but he's had some really good performances. Makes you look forward to the future of North Lincoln basketball. Probst has the ball, almost lost control of it, so it went behind his head. Now Lale trying to find the ball. The ball is loose, and it's going to be picked up by Nick McKinney. McKinney now going to give it up to Lance Bailey, and he'll get an easy 2 points, as McKinney never really had much control of the ball. It's another fast break steal by North Lincoln, able to get more points on the board. That's really been killer tonight for the Rebels. It's Hunter Robinson now trying to get inside. Gives it up to Kobe Varner. Varner now trying to find some room, but Lance Bailey steals it, and he's going to try to get another fast break bucket. Tries to dunk it, but it's no good, but rebound by Luke Johnson, who is trailing the rest of the offense. He'll take a corner three wide open. It's up and in. Can't make the dunk, but you get 1 point more for a three-pointer by Luke Johnson. That makes the lead to 14, as now Varner has the ball on the left wing, gives it up to Brandon Lale, who's trying to get in on Matt Regan. Lose control of the ball. Lance Bailey has the ball again, and he's fouled.
Yeah, it didn't quite go.
Didn't quite go. Let's see if they're going to call it a foul shot or they're going to get it in from the baseline. And actually, they're going to have Lance Bailey shoot too. I was wondering if they're going to give him continuation, and they are. And now North Lincoln only one foul away from being in the bonus, and we're not even in the fourth quarter.
And North Lincoln defense is really putting pressure and stealing the ball and getting some good layup attempts at the other end.
Yeah, the only problem Lance Bailey has had this year really has been just free throws. Has been a struggle this year, is evident by that. He missed the first shot on the Eddie's Auto Parts free throw line, but has usually made up for it on the second shot. See if he can do it here. Yes, he does. Nothing but net. It's now 42-27 North Lincoln on top of West Lincoln with 1 minute remaining in the third period. Probst controlling the ball for the Rebels as Chance Gilmore's checked back in for West Lincoln. Gilmore going to try to drive the lane. He'll kick it out to Trey Bryan. Bryan loses control of the ball, and now he gets an open lane in. Gets a shot to roll in on the layup. It's now 42-29, 42 seconds remaining for North Lincoln. Luke Johnson left wide open on the corner, and he gets another three-pointer to fall. Luke Johnson now heating up in this third quarter from behind the arc. That's where he's most strong at, and he's gotten the lead to its largest 16. 45-29 with 25 seconds remaining in the third period. Probst has the ball on the right wing, trying to get past Nick McKinney. Almost lost control of the ball. Lance Bailey almost had another steal on Hunter Robinson. Robinson loses control of the ball. It's loose, and now McKinney can't get the ball, and Robinson somehow able to get the ball back, and a foul's going to be called. Yeah, a foul's going to be called on Lance Bailey, just being way too aggressive there, trying to get the ball back. And West Lincoln will get the ball with inbounds the ball with 10.2 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
I think that's the third on Bailey.
Yeah, that's his third foul. Gilmore has the ball, 6 seconds, trying to get a screen, and he'll go inside on Will Forney. He loses control of the ball, and it's a loose ball again. Hunter Robinson has it, take a shot. It won't count, but it was partially blocked by Lance Bailey, and that'll end the third period. North Lincoln really has jumped out to a big lead as they now lead 45-29 on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard.
It's the Subway Sub of the Day. Each day of the week, you get a different 6-inch sub for just $3.50. Monday, the sweet onion chicken teriyaki sub. Tuesday, the oven roasted chicken sub. Wednesday, the turkey breast sub. Thursday, the Italian BMT sub. Friday, the tuna sub. Saturday, the Black Forest ham sub. And Sunday, the meatball marinara sub. Your choice, just $3.50. The Sub of the Day from Subway in Boulder City and the Walmart in Lincolnton.
Just say fill her up. Be ready for Old Man Winter with a fill up from Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln. No matter where you live, Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln can deliver. Just call 704-735-2508. Be ready for Old Man Winter with your winter fill up from Rhodes and Bill Oil Company, 1404 East Main Street in Lincoln. Again, call 704-735-2508. Just say fill her up from Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln.
'Cause I saddle up my horse.
Back here at West Lincoln High School, about ready to start the fourth quarter, and what was a 7-point gap at the half, it's now 16 as we go into the final quarter, Ken.
Yes, and unfortunately for West Lincoln, the defense created turnovers and converted them in some easy baskets at the other end. So West Lincoln's got their work cut out for them to try to come back here in this fourth quarter down 16.
And Nick McKinney will inbound, get the ball for North Lincoln to start the fourth quarter. Viega has the ball. He's checked back in for the Knights. Matt Regan has it. Gives it up to Will Thornhill in the corner, being double-teamed in this 1-3-1 defense. Gives up to Luke Johnson, who'll put up a shot. He was
fouled again.
Fouled again, yeah. 2 Rebels were around him. It's either on Chance Gilmore or might have been number 33. Let's see who the foul is going to be on. We haven't gotten the official word. Yep, going to be on number 33, who's checked back in. And don't have his number. As Luke Johnson will take a trip to the 80-yard parts free throw line. First shot rolls on in. It's now North Lincoln up 46-29. As we're trying to get the lead to 18. And second shot no good. Seth Willis with the rebound. He's had a pretty frustrating night. Hunter Robinson, though, has been the bright spot for West Lincoln tonight. Been attacking the paint, especially in that second half so far. Gilmore gets it inside to Seth Willis, but he loses control of the ball. 33 has the ball, put the shot up, no good. Rebound being fought for. Willis gets it, and he gets the putback to roll in. And that gets it to a 46-31 lead for North Lincoln. McKinney has the ball, gives it over to Will Thornhill, quickly being double-teamed. Now over to Luke Johnson, who's being left wide open. Top of the key, 3, no good. Rebounded by Seth Willis. Willis now attacking the lane. He's got and he somehow splits 2 defenders and gets a shot up and in. 4 quick points to start the fourth by Seth Willis. That gets it back to a baker's dozen. Viega has the ball, trying to find someone to give it up to. As Nick McKinney now have it on the right wing. Bounce pass to Viega. Viega's going to take a 3. His first shot attempt of the night, no good. Rebound being fought for. Seth Willis has it, but it's being stolen. Pocketed by Viega, and Will Thornhill gets it. Now Matt Regan's trying to go for a shot. It's up and in, and the foul's going to be counted. And wow, I mean, that could be the final backbreaker, the one that breaks the Camel's back, because it looks like if Willis was able to get a basket there, cut the lead to 11, but instead gets the lead back up to 15, possibly 16, and it will be 15. But Regan gets the rebound, tipped by Luke Johnson, shot no good, and Will Thornhill still fighting for the rebound. Robinson, everyone's fighting for the rebound. All over the court, they're wanting to travel to North Lincoln, and now Probst finally comes up with it. My gosh. Probst has it, and now,
I thought he traveled, but it looked like somebody put an arm out.
I think Viega put some arm out there because Probst was going up for the shot, and, I thought he was going up for the shot, but they're going to inbounds it.
Yeah, they're going to say he wasn't in shooting motion. He says he was, but they're going to say no.
Willis inbounds the pass to Chance Gilmore. He'll take a 3. He finally gets one to fall in. The dry spell ends for Chance Gilmore behind the arc. It's been a rough night for him tonight.
That's his first 3 that he's hit tonight.
And West Lincoln trying to make a late charge. They've cut the lead now back to 12. And now we'll see some substitutions coming in for Will Thornhill is Reed McCory. Nick McKinney has the ball. He'll give it up to Matt Regan, who gives it up to Reed McCory. In the corner, Nick McKinney has it, gives it up to Viega. Vega going in. He gets inside to Reed McCory, but McCory was not ready for it.
I tell you what, that would have been an easy bucket if he'd been ready.
Another turnover. And if West Lincoln can get a basket here, they can at least cut it to 10. If they can make a 3, they cut it within single digits. Chance Gilmore has the ball, trying to find someone to get inside to, being guarded by McKinney. Heavily, might I add. He gives it up to Willis, who goes up the baseline. Shot, no good. It was a good shot attempt, but just was short. Luke Johnson gets the rebound, and here comes the Knights. McKinney puts up a shot, no good. Rebounded by number 33, and he'll give it up to Probst. A little over 5.5 minutes left. I think Will Thornhill had a little bit of cut. That's why he checked out of the game. Hunter Robinson will take a 3, and he gets one of those long hang time 3s to come in. And West Lincoln has gotten the lead within single digits.
Robinson really played well.
Yeah, Robinson's been the best player tonight for West Lincoln. Then McKinney has it, gives it up to Viega. Viega gets it over to Luke Johnson, who's being double-teamed. Back over to Viega. And then now a pass is tipped and stolen by Robinson. Robinson going on the fast break. And behind that back pass. I don't really know why he was doing it behind the back. I know he's trying to get it to Seth Willis, but maybe should have gone up for it and gotten a foul attempt.
Yeah, knocked out of bounds by North Lincoln, so West Lincoln will maintain possession here.
And Lance Bailey checking back in as the Knights need to see Lance back in. So they've kind of been in a dry spell for a couple minutes now, almost stolen by Lance. He thought about jumping for it, but decided not to, as Probst is controlling the offense for the Rebels. He gives it up to Robinson. Robinson trying to go inside. He bounce passes it to Seth Willis, but Willis loses control, and it's stolen by Luke Johnson, who gives it to Matt Regan. And now Nick McKinney going to try to drive it in. Kicks it out over to Lance Bailey, who's open. Shot no good. Rebounded by Luke Johnson. And now a pass was trying to go to Lance Bailey, stolen by Robinson. Robinson now going to try to get it in lead even more cut into. Gilmore will take a three. Yes. And he gets it in. It's now a 6-point lead. Coach Booker going to call a timeout. No, Coach Hansel going to call a timeout. And West Lincoln's made this a ball game again.
Wow, nice run by West Lincoln.
Yeah, nice run to cut the lead from 15 to 6. We'll be right back.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County for over 75 years. Customer service is a priority at First Federal Savings Bank, where they want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, products, and services of larger banks with hometown people that you see throughout your community. They live here, they work here, and this community matters to the people at First Federal Savings Bank. First Federal Savings Bank has 4 convenient locations in downtown Lincoln, Bossier City, Denver, and West Lincoln. Stop in and visit and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
And back here from West Lincoln High School, Ken, a couple of minutes ago, about 2 minutes ago, it was about a 15-point lead for North Lincoln. Now it's only a 6-point lead.
Yes, and nice run by the Rebels here, and they're playing good basketball. They're getting some turnovers on the other end and hustling all over the floor and coming up some loose balls, and they finally hit some threes from outside and narrowed this gap.
Yeah, it's 48-42 on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. North Lincoln leads with under 4.5 minutes left. McKinney has the ball for the Knights, gives up to Lance Bailey. Bailey now kicks it back over to Nick McKinney. They're trying to swing it as Lance Bailey has the ball. Almost runs into Luke Johnson and gives up to Matt Regan, almost out of bounds. And the pass is tipped in. Lance Bailey picks it back up. Now bounce pass over to Reed McCrory. Fakes a shot. Shot no good. Rebounded being fought for. And West Lincoln comes up with it. Probst has it. They can cut it to with a one-possession game with a 3-point shot. They can get 3 points on this possession. Probst has it. Trying to get past McKinney. Fakes it over, now gives it over to Robinson, who's been tremendous this second half. He's being double-teamed, trying to give it over to Probst. He does. Probst goes inside. He'll take a long two. Shot no good. Rebound loose and finally taken by Lance Bailey. Heavy contact. Bailey almost trips over, and he gives it over to Luke Johnson. Referee's letting them play here. Luke Johnson now has the ball. Fakes a three. Pump fake.
And foul.
The foul is on Chance Gilmore. They were wanting to travel in there with the head fake. Will Thornhill's now coming back as Jack Carter's checking back into the game. Will Thornhill's going back to the North Lincoln bench. He had to come over here to one of the trainers. I think he had a cut that was open in that late in the third quarter. But now this is an advantage here of North Lincoln being in the bonus so early in the second half. They'll get more attempts to extend this lead. Luke Johnson at the free throw line, 1-1. First shot is up and in. So at least cut the lead to get the lead back up to 7. He can get it to 8 if he makes this second shot. And the second shot is up and in by Luke Johnson. He's been tremendous in the second half scoring-wise for the Knights. And they got the lead back up to 8. 3.5 minutes remaining. Probst for West Lincoln has the ball. Gives it up to Robinson on the right wing, who's being double-teamed by Carter and McKinney, but he splits the double team, able to get the layup in. I don't know how he did that, and Hansel going to call another timeout here. And this one's going to be a full, so we'll be right back right after these messages.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County for over 75 years. Customer service is a priority at First Federal Savings Bank, where they want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, products, and services of larger banks with hometown people that you see throughout your community. They live here, they work here, and this community matters to the people at First Federal Savings Bank. First Federal Savings Bank has 4 convenient locations in downtown Lincoln, Bossier City, Denver, and West Lincoln. Stop in and visit and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
We make a joyful noise cheering our favorite high school football teams on Friday nights and our favorite college teams on Saturday. The Family of Faith at Ryan Heights United Methodist Church would like to invite you come and make a joyful noise for the Lord on Sundays. Sunday school is at 10 and worship is at 11. Ryan Heights United Methodist Church is in Lincolnton on Mattis Street, just up from Betty Ross Park. Come make a joyful noise with us.
Back here at West Lincoln High School, where West Lincoln's now trailing by 6 on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard with a little over 3 minutes left, as North Lincoln trying to hang on to this lead, as they were up by as much as 15 or just a couple minutes earlier in the fourth quarter. Lance Bailey has the ball on the right wing. Bounce pass over to McKinney. Swings it over to Jack Carter. As Carter swings it back over to McKinney. McKinney followed about swinging over to Bailey. Bounce pass back over to Carter. Now 3 minutes left. Inside, they get it to Reed McCrory, who trips over. And no foul call, but it was last touched by West Lincoln, so North Lincoln will get the ball back.
A lot of contact looked like, but no foul call.
North Lincoln going to have to try to avoid a turnover. Inbounds pass to Luke Johnson. He gets a shot up and in. As Coach Hansel is beside himself on that shot. Ask a coach saying why. That's now back up to an 8-point lead for North Lincoln. And now a stolen pass by Lance Bailey. And he gets past Probst and he gets the layup to go in. And it's backed up to double digits. Lance Bailey yet again. As Probst just can't believe himself. He now gives up to Chance Gilmore. Gilmore being guarded by the freshman Jack Carter. Gilmore trying to get it past Carter. As Gilmore gets inside, gives the ball up to Hunter Robinson. Probst is wide open, but Hunter Robinson does not see him. As he's being guarded by Lance Bailey. Robinson now going inside, and he loses control of the ball. He just throws a shot up. It's no good, but rebounded by Seth Willis, and he gets the putback. And now Coach Hansel was wanting a timeout, but the ref didn't see him. Now McKinney's going across, fast break. Shot no good, a hard foul as he was just going full speed ahead. And he took a hard fall onto the ground as he slowed to get up, and now he's finally getting up. That's good to see there. Just both guys were going for the ball. I'm glad to see both guys are all right. McKinney took the brunt of that, though.
McKinney will go to the line.
This is where free throws become huge here. North Lincoln's in the double bonus for the rest of the way. West Lincoln not even in the bonus for the final 2 minutes. Can McKinney make this shot? First shot rattles out, no good. It went all but in. North Lincoln can make it a 3-possession game if they were able to get the second free throw. As I think the ref checking for blood on Nick McKinney. He's continuing to wipe at his nose, it looks like, but his back's from behind us, so we can't officially tell. Second shot goes up and in for McKinney. Gets the lead back up to 9. With under 2 minutes left now, West Lincoln going to have to hurry up and try to get something going. Probst gives it up to Chance Gilmore on the left wing. Gilmore trying to find someone to give it up to. He gets a pick. Does not work. Carter still stuck on him like glue. And a foul, and a double dribble is called on Chance Gilmore. Now inopportune time to have a turnover given up by West Lincoln. It's North Lincoln going to inbounds the pass. And no one's picking up Lance Bailey or any of them. They're going to let him just go across half court. Carter has the ball on the right wing. He'll take a three-point shot wide open. No good, though. Rebounded by Probst. So just a quick turnaround there for West Lincoln to get the ball back. Probst has it. And late being guarded to. Let's see. Yeah, foul I think is going to be called on Lance Bailey there. Or was that Nick? No, that's Nick McKinney as the ball rolls all the way over to us. It hit one of the boards about 10 feet away from us and it just took a slow roll over. As now Chad Probst will take 2 free throw shots at the Eddie's Auto Parts free throw line. West Lincoln still 1 foul away from being in the bonus as the first shot goes in. That cuts the lead to 8 as Trey Bryan checking into the game for Gabe Brown. So West Lincoln going to have to be perfect here, make all the free throws opportunities you get, and then play some great defense in this last minute and a half. Second shot up and in, both free throws good. Coach Hansel's going to call a 30-second timeout. And West Lincoln has been able to make this a ball game when it looked like they were good as done.
Yeah, they made a good run and got it down to 6 points. A couple of times it's down to 7 now with 1:31 left. And so this last 1:31 will probably have a lot to do with how well North Lincoln hits the free throws, because West Lincoln's going to have to be pressing, trying to steal. If they don't get it, they got to foul.
Once again, I think this effort is really, for West Lincoln, has been accumulated to Coach Hansel, just not having a give-up attitude that most teams and most coaches would in this situation. somehow able to cut a 15-point lead to as close as 5. So tremendous effort nonetheless, no matter what the result is tonight for West Lincoln.
I agree. Been a great comeback by West to stay in this game.
Now West Lincoln's going to go on a full court press, the first time we've seen them do it tonight. Inbounds pass to Jack Carter is being double teamed, and he lobs it over to Nick McKinney. Now over
wide open.
And the shot goes in by Reed McCoy.
Wow.
It went over from
almost
Carter to McKinney to Luke Johnson, right over to Reed McCoy, who was wide open. And now the ball is loose. Hunter Robinson has the ball. They're down by 9 with 1:10 remaining. He'll shoot a 3.
Good.
And another 3-point shot is
good.
I mean, he really gets a hang time on it. It's a thing of beauty. I mean, I've never seen someone get so much hang time on a 3-point shot. But those shots are, I mean, all the shots he's made from behind the arc have gone nothing but net.
Yeah, he's hit 3 tonight and 2 in this second half that's really helped him. He's this second half has really been filling it up.
I mean, he's been the main catalyst. Him and Seth Willis have been the main catalyst of getting West Lincoln back into this ball game offensively. I mean, just no matter what happens tonight, you got to pat Hunter Robinson on the back and say that was one heck of a performance. I think that's a good thing Coach Hansel sees. He's a junior. He's not going to lose him to graduation until next year, so he gets still one more year of him. So Coach Hansel talking to his team. I mean, they brought out the full court press on that last offensive possession for North Lincoln, but it just failed miserably as Reed McCoy was able to make the easiest basket he's going to make in his life. I mean, what you're going to have to do here, Ken, if you're West Lincoln?
Well, like you say, they're going to have to press, try to steal it, and foul if they don't. That's what they're left with here.
That's Bailey pass deflected, and it's stolen. And now
got to steal.
Robinson has it. He's being double teamed. He loses control of the ball. Let's see who's now last touch by North Lincoln. So a big break there for West Lincoln. They needed to get a stop and prevent the ball going back to North Lincoln, and they do. They're down 6 with a minute left, and they have the ball. Probst gets it. He's being guarded by, and now Chance Gilmore has it. Now swings it over to Hunter Robinson. Time's a tick, and under a minute left now in the game. He's being double teamed. Gilmore has it. He stops the ball being double teamed. Now gives it over to Chad Probst. He's trying to go inside. He loses control of the ball. Chad Carter has it, gives up to Lance Bailey, and now, well, the foul's going to be called on Jack Carter, and I think Hansel knows that's probably it. He's set crisscross applesauce, just nothing you could do there. Couldn't get open and couldn't get a shot up.
And good hustle by North Lincoln and covering up the three-point shooters. It looked like maybe they had enough room to get one up, but they just never could get it up.
Now the freshman, Jack Carter, at the Eddie's Auto Parts free throw line. He gets the first shot in. He knows what it's like to be looked at. He was at Davidson a year ago. So he makes both free throws. Made 85 free throws in a row in front of Coach McKillop at Davidson. And that's when he was in 8th grade. Chad Probst has the ball, trying to get it to someone. A pass deflected by Jack Carter, and Reed McCoy gives it back up to Jack Carter. And Carter holding the ball.
Waiting for him to foul him. They never did foul him.
And Luke Johnson has the ball, gives up to Lance Bailey. Jack Carter now has it. They're wide open.
Playing keep away.
Yeah, just trying not to get it stolen. And a foul finally, they're going to finally foul. Robinson fouls Lance Bailey. So as North could have taken any shot they wanted to, but did the wise thing of just holding it. And now they can make these 2 free throws, get the lead to 10 with 25.2 seconds remaining. First shot up and in by Lance Bailey. And it looks like North Lincoln is going to have a sigh of relief and escape with a victory here at West Lincoln. Second shot, no good. Rebounded by West Lincoln, but it's a little too late. As Chance Gilmore has the ball, he'll take a 3. And off the rim, no good. Short, rebounded by West Lincoln, shot no good. Now Robinson has it, and he finally puts it in. He puts it in. A timeout called by Hansel. He was wanting a foul when Trey Bryan was trying to put the shot up, but he is chewing out the ref, giving him the business. And I think the ref knows he made a mistake there. I think he was just wanting to let him play it out. But the timeout call with 9.2 seconds remaining. And I mean,
I tell you, I'm impressed by the fight by this West Lincoln team. They have not given up.
Usually when you see these teams that have one win, haven't won a conference game, they usually put in the bag when they're down 15. But no, this West Lincoln team has put all the fight they can. It's just that they just came up a little too short. But still, you got to give it to Coach Hansel and this crew for West Lincoln. Able to make this a game yet again. And then the first 2 times they played North Lincoln has beaten them by 20-plus points. So it just shows you how much they've improved over the years.
They have improved, and I am impressed with the fight, and Robinson has really impressed me. He has played his heart out here tonight.
And most of this core, looking at it, only one of them the main players are really they're losing, and that's going to be Chance Gilmore, who's a senior. He's been pretty quiet tonight, but for this rest of the season, it's been very good for the Rebels. So all North Lincoln has to do is get a clean inbounds pass, and they should secure the victory 100%.
7-point lead, 9.2 seconds left in the game.
As Coach Hansel was talking to the official he was yelling at earlier, just trying to get a clarification. Now inbounds pass going to Lance Bailey, gets it up to Nick McKinney. McKinney trying to get cross half court. He does, not being fouled. And they'll foul him late. I don't know.
And Coach Hansel throws his arms up like posts.
Yeah, he didn't like those Rebels.
But, the guys are out there trying. So, it's when you fought this hard, it's hard to just stand there and watch those last couple of seconds a lot of times.
Well, they're going to make Nick McKinney try to earn some points here at the Eddie's Auto Parts free throw line, as North Lincoln will go to 500 after falling to as low as 5-8. They've won 3 straight now. As McKinney's first shot goes in. And the second shot up and in. So North Lincoln will win this game 62-53 over West Lincoln. Unless shot will not count. That'll be the first miss for Hunter Robinson, but the shot didn't count. And that'll do it tonight as North Lincoln wins 62-53 over West Lincoln. And we'll come back for the Weston Sales Stadium postgame show right after these messages.
Celebrating 50 years. It's the Glen Oaks Golf Club. Hard to think how many birdies have been made over those years, and how many double bogeys too. Whether it's a birdie, par, or bogey, you'll love the Glen Oaks Golf Club. It's open to everyone. Visit the beautiful pro shop with driving range, snack bar, banquet facility, bar, picnic, shelter, and swimming pool. Great for group outings. Reserve your tee time by calling 828-428-2451 or visit the website at glenoaksgolf.com.
There's a storm coming. We may not know its path, but your independent auto owner's insurance agent knows no matter what happens, we'll be there when you need us most. Strong through every storm. That's how it's been for our first 100 years, and how it will be for generations to come.
Your local auto owner's insurance agency is East Lincoln Insurance Agency on Highway 16 in Denver. Call 704-483-3243.
Every morning is different for everybody. Nate gets up for the early shift, while Brad is just getting home from the night shift. Pam runs a PR and a 5K, while Drew runs late to work. Beth proposes a road trip to her boyfriend, while Mark proposes to his girlfriend. Luckily, there's a McDonald's for every morning.
Start your morning with a rich, smooth, and freshly brewed McCafe coffee. And now, get any size for just $1 at McDonald's. Limited time offer. Price of participation may vary. A la carte only.
When you need a ride, Specialized Transport has exactly what you're looking for, serving Gaston, Lincoln, Catawba, Burke, Caldwell, and Cleveland counties. Specialized Transport has your area covered. Ambulatory, wheelchair, and geriatric chair transport. Handicap transportation services and non-medical transport services are available as well. When you need a ride, call Dean Hastings at 704-735-5676. Specialized Transport will get you where you need to be. 704-735-5676.
Shuttle service to the Charlotte Airport is now available from Specialized Transport.
And back here at West Lincoln High School, a final here on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. North Lincoln beats West Lincoln 62-53 on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. And now we're at the Weston Sales Stadium postgame show, and we're here with the Campers Inn player of the game, Lance Bailey.
What's up, Smoke?
Nice to see you. And Lance, a tremendous performance tonight and a win over West Lincoln, and you were quite aggressive on the defensive end that led to a lot of offense.
Yeah, I appreciate it. We just tried to run our 3-2 defense trap and get some steals as much as we can, lead to easy offense.
Now, this week was kind of an interesting week because you were supposed to be testing throughout this week, and only supposed to play this game, and you ran into a little bit of trouble with the snow. Do you think that played a factor in tonight's game early on?
A little bit. We started a little slow, but we picked it up at the end. Everything was all right.
And now this past week has really been big for you guys as well, because after the Lincolnton game, you guys were 5-8, and now you guys have recovered to win 3 straight 2 conference wins that really help boost your overall, and you're trying to make a playoff push here in your senior year. I mean, how big has these last 3 games been for you guys?
It's been big. We just realized we can play as a team together. We play good defense and we win, and it's just been 3 good games in a row. Hopefully we can keep it going.
And now looking up to next week, you got 2 humongous matchups that could possibly play a big factor in what you guys do. You play against Lake Norman Charter Tuesday, who you played very well against back in December. And you also played very well against East Lincoln as well. I mean, how big is it to get at least one of those wins next week?
It's huge, especially East Lincoln. You know, we always like to beat them, play hard against them, but either one will be huge.
Well, I noticed coaching staff is really looking at you hard, trying to press you in. Congratulations, you played tremendous tonight, and can't wait to see you guys next week on our broadcast at East Lincoln.
Appreciate it. Thank you much.
All right, congratulations. Lance Bailey, our Campers Inn player of the game, had a lot of steals, over 20 points. And Coach Booker, along with us, we want to thank them for letting us interview him. And let's now go through these post-game wrap-up here on the Weston Sales Stadium post-game show for tonight. I mean, like we said earlier, it was a 15-point lead at one point earlier in the fourth quarter for North Lincoln, but somehow West Lincoln was able to get the lead all the way up to cut the lead to 5, but it was just they couldn't get it past that, Ken.
No, they made an excellent comeback. Really wouldn't give up. A hard-fought game by the West Lincoln Rebels. And in the losing effort, Robinson for the Rebels had 22 points on the game and really impressed me with a lot of his moves and shots, and was good from outside the three-point range, too. Hit 3 out there and led the Rebels 22 points. Seth Willis had 10 points, and Lance Gilmore had 10 points. So those were the leading scorers, but on the North Lincoln side, as we just talked to player of the game, Lance Bailey, I've got him unofficially smoked with 25 points. And I've got Luke Johnson with second leading scorer, 18 points tonight for the Knights. So those 2 players led the Knights tonight.
Yeah, I mean, tremendous hard-fought victory. Wasn't the prettiest victory, but they were able to get it done despite all these circumstances that have happened. Supposed to have testings, and usually the students hate when they have to test. You know, it's usually a stressful week, and then, well, you have to put that testing back in because of the snow, and you don't have as much practice time. And as Lance said, it kind of led to a sloppy start to the game, but it ended out to be a pretty darn good game between these 2 county rivals, and North Lincoln was the victor. Up to 500 now after being as low as 5-8, and have really turned the ship around in this last week. And if they can somehow if they can at least split one of the games next week against Lake Norman Charter and East Lincoln, I think that bodes well for them trying to make a postseason run. Don't you think, Ken?
I think so. They're now 4-5 in the conference. As you said, they've got some key games coming up. And as long as they stay around that 500 mark in the conference, I think they're going to have a chance to get into postseason play.
Well, we did give away our Campers Inn player of the game, which once again to Lance Bailey. But let's see who our Subway sub of the game. I mean, we had a couple of good guys that you could pick from off of both sides, I think you could say. Who do you think stood out to you that came off the pine?
Well, I think for Regan actually played really well, I think, for North Lincoln as a sub of the game.
Yeah. So Matt Regan's going to be our Subway sub of the game. Not as easy of a decision as it was last week for Maiden. Coulter had 20 points off the bench.
Yes.
Not going to get that often off the bench. But, hey, Matt Regan, a young player, got called up earlier this month to the varsity from JV to be a part of this rotation for North Lincoln. And I think it's starting to pay dividends for them as he's done pretty well. So that'll do it for us tonight. I want to remind everyone tomorrow from 8 to 10 a.m., it's kind of busy, week, last week of sports. Despite all the snowy weather, we've had, playoff action in football, of course, basketball. Kind of try to go through all the scores and everything, and of course, some rumors in the NBA with the trade deadline coming up. We'll talk all about that on Campers Inn Sports Talk from 8 to 10 a.m. With Kevin Hastings, Terry Reinhardt, and I. And don't forget also Ken on WCSL Wednesdays 4 to 5, the Best in Sports show. You're going to have a lot to talk about next week, as by the time you guys are on next week, you actually know who's going to be playing in the Super Bowl.
Yes, and we weren't on this week because of the weather, but we'll be back this coming Wednesday, and we'll certainly have a lot to talk about when it comes to the NFL.
Well quick, give your predictions. I want to hear your predictions since you didn't get to do the show this week. Who do you got into 2 games?
I'm going to go with Minnesota over Philly. I think that's going to be a tough place to play, but I think Minnesota's got the overall better balanced team. And I'm going to have to go with the Patriots over the Jags. My heart will be pulling for the Jags, but I'll have to go with New England.
As with everyone's. We saw a Jaguars fan earlier on here today, and I said, hey, everyone in America's pulling for you besides Boston. He's like, yeah, I know. Everyone's been telling me that this week. So,
but I think it may be a pretty good game. I really do. And, hey, Jags has got a chance. You know, in a game like this, it's just, you know, go home or survive, and you never know. I mean, Jacksonville folks didn't think they'd probably take care of Pittsburgh. I mean, how can you give up 42 points and still win? Well, they showed you. They scored 45.
Yeah. And it's a rematch of 1996's an AFC Championship game when they had Brunel and Natron Means. So kind of a way back. I saw that. I'm like, oh, my gosh, it's been that long already.
Yeah, I remember when Means played in college. You're too young probably to remember that.
No, I wasn't even born. I never saw Means play, unfortunately. I think I would have been a big fan of his. But, yeah, he is a local resident from Matthews, and he made his impact on the NFL. But that'll do it for us tonight here on WLON 1050 AM. Don't forget, next week we have a big matchup as North Lincoln takes on East Lincoln, another county matchup. And, Ken, the last time North and East played, we were at that game, and it was pretty darn close.
It was close. It was a really competitive game. It wasn't decided until the fourth quarter when North Lincoln just, you know, got behind 4-5 and couldn't quite turn the corner. But it was single digits the whole game. It wasn't East Lincoln really dominating that ball game.
Yeah, and we expect nonetheless nothing less from this next matchup. So be sure to tune in. We should be at our normal start time again next week, weather permitting, may we add. So about 7:30 is when we'll start. Just depends on the timing of some of the games, because we'll have all 4 games being played at one gymnasium next week. And that'll do it for us tonight, as Ken Link and Evan Ludwig here for the call of tonight's game. Once again, the final, North Lincoln wins over West Lincoln 62-53. We hope you guys have a safe weekend. If you're traveling, please be safe in these weather conditions with the ice still around in some spots. And we hope you have a great weekend. We'll see you again, and have a good night.
Every morning is different for everybody. Nate gets up for the early shift, while Brad is just getting home from the night shift. Pam runs a PR and a 5K, while Drew runs late to work. Beth proposes a road trip to her boyfriend, while Mark proposes to his girlfriend. Luckily, there's a McDonald's for every morning.
Start your morning with a rich, smooth, and freshly brewed McCafe coffee. And now, get any size for just $1 at McDonald's. Limited time offer. Price of participation may vary. A la carte only.
When you need a ride, Specialized Transport has exactly what you're looking for. Serving Gaston, Lincoln, Catawba, Burt, Caldwell, and Cleveland counties, Specialized Transport has your area covered. Ambulatory, wheelchair, and geriatric chair transport. Handicap transportation services and non-medical transport services are available as well. When you need a ride, call Dean Hastings at 704-735-5676. Specialized Transport will get you where you need to be. 704-735-5676.
Shuttle service to the Charlotte Airport is now available from Specialized Transport. 'Cause I saddle up my horse and I ride into. It's time to get ready for Christmas at Al Lane Motorsports in Lincoln. Come in now and see the new Can-Am DS70, the Can-Am DS90, and the new Can-Am DSX90. All ready to ride. Also check out the new Kimco